Yo, 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 guys. What's up, guys? Good morning. Hope y'all are doing well today. The market is down a huge amount, guys. A huge amount. Kind of a crazy day. Huge drop in the market. The SPY itself is at 280 or 279.50. So a pretty major drop. We'll see what happens today. It should be a fun and interesting day. At the very least, I should get some good shorting opportunities on a very short-term basis at least. So we'll see what happens with the market, but that's what I'm looking at. Everything is following the market down, consequently from the market's big dropping. So we have AMD dropping, we have the SPY itself, we got MU, we have everything you can really think of is dropping today, just because there's such a huge downward turn in the overall market. And so it should be an interesting day. What's up, team? Good morning, guys. Let me know what the sound is like relative to everything. I'm going to turn the music down. I'll probably have to look at the volume's still probably a little bit too loud. Let me know if this works. It should be good. We should be fine. We should be good. Let me know if that works. I'm going to check the volume. Yeah, that's way too loud, guys. Yeah, that was way too loud. I had to turn it down. Let me know if this works. This should be noticeably better. But yeah, the volume is way too loud. I gotta remember, put it at like 35. If I put the volume at like minus 35 dB, it's fine. But yeah, what's up, team? I got some better light in here today. You can see my green screen and my camera is kind of coming in a little bit better than it usually does. I got some better light. There are no longer any little weirdness down here. The light is better. We are fixed. We should be good to go. But what's up, guys? Hope y'all are having a good day. Let's take a look at some of these movers today. We've got a lot of action, I'll say that. Huge downward turn in the market. Alright, the first one on the gappers list, the first one that's actually gapping up today is APTN. APTN gapping up a huge amount, roughly 100%. It's gapping up from $8.89 all the way to $16, so a little bit less. Looks like about 90%, 95%, which is not a bad gap up. It's a really strong gap up, actually. And so we're watching APTN. Huge moves here. There are some interesting levels I think we should look at. Again, specifically this level here, this 1530 level looks interesting. We also have the whole $1.15. Then we have this confirmed level right at 1650. That looks interesting. This high up here at $18, and then the pre-market high itself at $18.29. Those levels look interesting. As I'm going over this one though, guys, look at the SPY. The SPY is just crashing down as I go over this. Look at this move. So we're getting some big moves in the market today. The SPY itself is making some crazy moves. And so, interesting. We'll see what happens here. But the SPY is making some big moves here. Oh, y'all want to see my mug for the day? It's a crawfish mug. It's a crawfish mug. Don't judge me. But yeah, the SPY's down big today. Alright, so yeah, I think I'm going to take a break from looking at these gappers really quick, and I'm going to have to look up this big catalyst that I know everybody's waiting for to see what happened in the market. You know, the market's dropping big. I know a lot of people are probably sitting here waiting for me to review that, and so I'm going to go ahead and go over that really quick, and we can touch back on this later, but let's go over a few of these initial releases first, because there are some significant ones, I think. Alright, so first of all, this drop in the SPY started at 6:05 my time, which is 7:05 market time. So it started about 40 minutes ago is when this drop started. Alright, so there's a few releases. I'm going to go ahead and go over this, okay? Number one is that at 5:27... Amber alerts. At 5:27, Trump said he does not see unemployment ratings falling below 10% by December. We got some type of fluff piece from some asset manager saying, oh, if you want to survive the next few months, buy this asset, you know. Equity logic, get out of here, man. Also, we got Trump saying that he's going to mobilize the U.S. military to deliver a vaccine once it is available. He also said the coronavirus outbreak shows era of globalization is over. Apparently, is what Trump said. He also said that he will not renegotiate a China trade deal, and said he would consider taxing companies that make products outside the U.S. That is why we were dropping, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we do have some numbers that came out today, but that is why the market is dropping. Is because Trump's taking a hardline stance on the China deal again. And now we are consequently dropping from that. I don't know if that's the total reason, the entire reason this drop is happening, but it's certainly influencing it a little bit. And so we'll see what happens there. I don't know if I agree with him coming out saying that, but hey, you know, I don't know. Alright, CFTC warned exchanges, brokerages are to be prepared for volatility, potential for negative prices for certain commodities contracts. The U.S. initial jobless claim numbers came out for May 8th at 2.981 million versus the expected 2.5 million. And so to put that into perspective, they basically expected 2.5 million jobless claims, and instead they received almost 3 million, so 2.981 million, about 0.19 under a million, or under 3 million. And so, yeah, with that said, a little bit worse than expected initial jobless claims numbers, and I'm sure those are dropping the market as well. We also had U.S. continuing claims for May 1st come out at 22.83 million versus the 25.1 million expected, prior revised from 22.647 million to 22.377 million. And then Trump came out, man, this is going to drop the market, guys. Trump came out saying that he's going to cut off the relationship with China, is what he is saying. And yeah, you can look at the market's reaction here. Just a huge drop in the market after he said that. And yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know if that's the right move or not. You know, we'll see. I'm going to try to take an unbiased approach and say I don't know if that was the right move. So yeah, unemployment's out. At the same time, simultaneous to those numbers, is Trump saying that he is going to go hardline with China, unfortunately. And so, yeah, market is down big, very big. We'll see what happens. I mean, so actually, we're not down that much. Like, not relative to this drop we had on the 12th. on Tuesday, we had a huge drop before the close on Tuesday when some numbers came out, and we had a pretty big drop yesterday before the bell as well. This is a pretty big drop as well, but the last 3 days are looking rough. The market's not looking super healthy the last few days, and so an interesting dynamic certainly here. We'll see what we get, but wish us luck, guys. We'll see what happens today. Like I said, it doesn't really matter that much to me specifically, because whether the market goes up or down, if it goes up, I can long it. If it goes down, I'm just going to short it. And I actually like shorting lower the day breaks, far better than any long setup that I have. And so if the market drops after the bell, I'm just going to short into it and try to scalp a few $100 off the bottom if we can, What do you guys think? Got some. You eating some crawfish? Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm from Baton Rouge. That's where this cup is from. Look at this. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. You see? I love crawfish. I didn't get to eat any this year though. Every Easter, my family in Louisiana does a fairly large crawfish boil, and it's usually every year. I usually get my crawfish then. But this year, because of everything, it was canceled, unfortunately. I still haven't eaten crawfish this season. Season's almost over, if it's not over already, though. But yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, the technicals lined up with it. And that's something that Mitch was saying as well, for sure. But this drop yesterday specifically, like this market drop right here, was from the Powell release. It came out at exactly the same time, and so this drop right here, the volume increase, like you can see this volume spike here, and this huge drop, that was right when Powell came out, and so the technicals might have lined up with it as well, but there are some fundamental catalysts certainly influencing this one. But yeah, we can look at the overall market here. Like I said, APDN is up. Let me look up the catalyst behind this. Alright, so this is Applied DNA Sciences, and they are up on regulatory authorization of their COVID-19 test. So regulatory authorization, they announced emergency use authorization from the FDA for that test, and the machine that runs applied tests can process 94 samples per hour and more than 2,000 per day for APDN. And so good news on that emergency use authorization for APDN. So we'll see what happens there. It's gapping up certainly. We got AIM here as well, gapping up from 235 to 322. Alright, so they received FDA authorization for their Ampligen trial in patients with COVID that have cancer as well. And so, yeah, the FDA authorized them for the first human trial assessing the safety and effectiveness of their bio company's lead asset, Ampligen, which is in combination with interferon alpha-2b in cancer patients with COVID. So interesting for AIM. We'll see what happens. Another emergency use authorization. We also have NVUS. I don't like that one as much, but we have IMUX. We got IMUX gapping up from 1018 all the way to 1245 here for IMUX. Hey, we feeling good, Douglas? They kind of are. Depends on what sizing you're using, Maestro. Yeah, IMUX is up. They received regulatory approval from the German health authority, BfArM, to initiate a phase 2 clinical trial of their selective oral DHODH inhibitor IMU-838 in patients as well for IMUX. So, yeah, they received approval from the German authority for IMUX. We'll see what happens with that. We also have CLLS. CODX, which is probably one of the largest ones in the market, the most well-known COVID stocks. We got CODX here, and this one is moving. This is Co-Diagnostics, and they received. They didn't have anything going on today. I think this one is just dropping with the market's reaction. But who knows? Or maybe this one's moving up because the market's down. Who knows? I'm not seeing any catalyst for CODX. If you know why CODX is moving, let me know, because from today I don't see any move and reason why. We also have Wix here, which is a computer like drag and drop. Technically, it's like a hosting software for computers, but with that, it's like one of those drag and drop things. They posted smaller than expected first quarter loss and revenue that was in line with expectations, and they also issued second quarter guidance. So again, they had a smaller than expected first quarter loss, revenue that was in line with the expectations, and they also issued favorable second quarter guidance for Wix. And so we'll see what happens with this one as well. Like I said, there's some levels to watch, like 82, 88. Very rangy spread though. We'll see what happens with this as well. We have ALLO gapping up. We have EDIT. We got RCII. And then, like I said, guys, the big thing here to understand is that the SPY itself is just massively dropping. Sell-off this morning in pre-market. I can go over that one more time here as well, see if we got any other news releases here. Alright, so we do have the ETF preview that's out. I'll probably, like I said, I'll try to go over this twice today, because I think this is the biggest news in the market, and I think that I should kind of go over it every few minutes so people understand why this market move is happening right now. So yeah, you can see the SPY right here. Let me move that up. That's the SPY. Look at the drop. The drop in the SPY is happening. We'll see what happens. I feel like the weatherman. Look at all this over here. You know, over here. But yeah, the drop in the SPY is happening. And I'll go ahead and go over the major market catalysts sparking this move. So again, I'm going to go ahead and quote this, and this is from MT Newswires. It says, quote, "Stock futures were lower, expanding from previous sessions after the U.S. Fed Chair Jerome Powell gave a downbeat outlook on the U.S. economy, weighed down by the pandemic. The Fed chief warned of a, quote, long-term economic damage from the outbreak, which has caused the loss of millions of jobs in the U.S. and threatened small and medium-sized companies. Investors are also digesting a slew of economic data releases, starting with weekly jobless claims, which came in greater than expected. Claims for unemployment benefits were 2.981 million for the next week, a higher number than Econoday estimate of 2.5 mil, and compared with the prior week's revised 3.176 mil. Import prices declined 2.6% month over month. Compared with the Econoday estimates for a decline of 3%, the prior month's reading was a revised minus 2.4% from the previously reported 2.3%, negative 2.3%. Meanwhile, export prices fell 3.3% compared with expectations for a decline of 2.3%, and the previous month's revised reading was for a decline of 1.7%. And so, yeah, some bad numbers came out, certainly. And then we can look at commodities here. We can specifically look at crude, and crude is actually up today. You can look at, like, the U.S. Oil Fund. You can look at, usually I could look at, like, UWT, but lately it hasn't been letting me look at it because I think it's actually in negative territory at this point. But, yeah, crude is up 3%. The U.S. Oil Fund is up about 1%. Natural gas is up 0.7%. The U.S. Natural Gas Fund is down 1.5%. Gold is up 0.4%, with the Spider Gold Trust being down 0.2%. Silver's up 5%. The iShares Silver Trust is down 0.7%. And so, yeah, that is the market right now, guys. We'll see what happens today. It should be an interesting day. The market is down a pretty solid amount this morning. And, yeah, it should be a fun thing to watch for sure. Did everybody like my joke? It looks like everybody liked my joke. I'm hilarious. I know. Man, I'm not used to all this light. Y'all can see the scruffiness of my beard, man. I gotta shave this thing. If I shave it, though, I'm not superstitious at all, but if I shave my beard, I'll certainly lose in trading. 100%. No question. You know, I'm not superstitious, but if I shave my beard, my winning days are done. 100%. I don't know what I should do. My wife hates this thing, but I don't mind it, you know. If I shave again, I can look like a teenager, and that'll be nice for me. But I think I'm just gonna leave it because, like I said, not superstitious, but if I shave my beard, I'm certainly gonna lose immediately. And so, you know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of this market? But yeah, SPY's down. We got everything else following it. Tesla down, AMD down, MU down, cannabis stocks like CGC down, CRON down. Everything's down. No, these are not, Zach. It's mostly mid and high cap stocks. I would say most of the stocks over like $15 are tradable. But if you want one that you want me to look at to see if it is, let me know. I'll look it up for you. Beard Gang, yes sir. Like I said, my wife hates this thing, man. And like I added some new light to my studio area over here, and now you can see my beautiful face much better. You know, shining out here with my handsomeness, you know. But yeah, look at this scruffy beard, man. It's getting bad. Look at that. Look how scruffy that thing is, man. It's time to shave this bad boy, but if I shave, I'm gonna lose, man. Ask Isaac, he knows. Hey, I appreciate it, Zach. Yeah, I mean, for sure. NVAX? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that one is tradable. We can look at NVAX. Oh, wait, I gotta log in. Yeah, you can see my day yesterday was actually this. I haven't exited out of it yet. Definitely, I was probably break even after commissions, though. I traded way too much yesterday, like way too much. But, you know, it wasn't a bad day. I mean, it was over $200 day. But yeah, like I said, I traded way too much yesterday, unfortunately. And I gotta, listen, today the goal is, I know it's not as fun to watch me trade slower and more patiently. I know it's not as cool, and I know people don't want to see that as much, but I gotta be a little bit more patient today. I'm gonna try to trade 4 times max today. We'll see how that goes. I'm not gonna hold myself to it, because I mean, hey, if I see a good setup, I'm gonna take that setup. But I'm going to try to restrict myself to only A+ setups and see if that can help me thus eliminate how much I actually trade. And so we'll see if that works. But yeah. Let me log in. Wait, what? 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 Weird. Let me exit out of this. It's not letting me log in. There it goes. Okay. Maybe I just need to exit out. Too old. Yeah, about break-even day yesterday, which I had a feeling. I mean, honestly, it's not that bad to have a break-even day if you trade, like, literally, like, 15 times and make $200. Like, you know, that's a pretty easy, cheap deal. But yeah, so NVAX is tradable. So is CODX. CODX is tradable. Wix is tradable. APDN is not. APDN's the one that isn't. What do you think about Uber today? I don't know, man, but Uber will forever be my baby, man. I can take a look at it. The reason Uber's my baby is because I had the largest win I've ever had on Uber. The largest win I ever had. I mean, on Uber, I had that $4.8 thousand win. And if you look at that video, really, it was a $5K win. I made $5,000 on Uber in one trade. But again, I think it was a bad move. But sometimes it favors the dumb in trading. But with Uber, I I think this 32 level was big. This 32.10 level, we also just broke under the whole dollar of 32, which was the previous low of pre-market. And so what I would watch for Uber now that we've broken under this level is just to look to see if it holds under 32 now. Next level I'd watch here is like 75, because that's a $0.25, and if you extend it to the left here, you can see a lot of confirmation prior to this. And so with Uber specifically, like I said, I would watch this 31.75 level. I would watch to see if it holds under 32 first, and then if it breaks above that, you know, you can look at like these levels up here at like 25, 32.25, and that's what I would watch for, at least if I was trading it. So yeah, I mean, I'll always watch Uber, but we'll see what happens with it. But yeah, that's what I would look for specifically. Yeah, I mean, the big thing, Zach, is that some of these are not. You know, some of these low floaters, like APDN's got a 3 million float. It's not. The reason it's not is because over a 6-month period, it doesn't have an average daily volume of 500,000 shares per day over a 6-month period. And so that's the criteria. But again, if you got any specific you want me to look at, let me know. APDN's not tradable. Neither is AIM. But CODX is, NVAX is, Wix is, mostly all the other mid and high cap stocks are. Grub, I can look at Grub. Whoa. My bad, Mitch. Mitch, if you're listening, dude, my bad, bro. Sorry, dude. Mitch knows me. He's like, hey, bro, wake up. Wake up, dude. Yeah. There he is. Yo. What's up, man? Here, hold on. Let me get you up.
Where all the yo-yos at?
Yo.
Yo, I need to get another yo-yo.
Dude,
At the house.
Dude, no. So, here's a fun story. I bought a yo-yo. Or no, my kids got a yo-yo for Christmas or something, like for their birthday. And like, low-key, I'm like the yo-yo champion, dude. I could do rock the cradle. I could do shoot the moon. Bro, I started pulling them tricks on my kids, left them shocked, man. They were asking me, Daddy, how do you do that? I'm like, I was down low a yo-yo champ, you know, low-key. But yeah.
That should come back. That should make a comeback.
Yeah, everybody knows 5th grade. You weren't cool unless you had that what's the expensive yo-yos?
Oh yeah, the good ones, the ones that could sleep for like an hour.
Right, man.
Used to be like, yo, put it to sleep.
Right, make that thing sleep, man. If you don't do it right, it'll pull back and bust you in your wrist too.
Oh yeah, you know.
Yeah, dude.
Slam that thing down.
I know. But yeah, hey, somebody wanted to go over Grub, brother. If you want to go over Grub, I know you kind of mess with that one a little bit more than me. Let me get Mitch up here. What's the volume like, guys? The volume should be good.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be good. I got in trouble and everything, so it should be good.
Yeah.
Got too excited here at the open.
Your girl's like, quiet, man. I bet.
She said, is that nearly necessary, bitch?
Yeah. Just tell her we gotta stay hype. It's for the stream.
The hype is here, man. The hype is here.
It's for the stream. All
right, guys. How we doing? Good morning. How's everybody doing? It's always good to see some new faces. Seeing some new faces in the chat talk. If you're definitely new to the channel and this is your first time here, definitely say hello, man. It's always good to see some new face.
Yeah, it was a Duncan. That was it. Duncan.
Oh, the Imperial. I like that one. I remember that one. All right, guys. So, looks like we're having the drops, man. Let me make this more one chart so we can see a little bit better.
There you go.
All right, guys. Definitely getting some drops here. Remember how the look yesterday was a lot of the sectors kind of pushed down and the SPY was up? And we kind of like rebalanced once Powell really kind of hit us down. Today's kind of the opposite. I'm going to show you the same kind of look, but the opposite of the sectors. And it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that it's been doing this lately. I think the reason this is happening, and let me explain the reason why before I show you guys the exact explanation, is because the SPY has major holdings in the top stocks, right? And essentially, the SPY moves with those top 5 stocks. And I think those top 5 stocks have been holding up the SPY because a lot of those are those big tech companies.
Apple,
and
Microsoft.
Exactly. So they're holding up the market, and the SPY always looks a little bit better than essentially the sectors are looking like, because those are the weaker ones in the SPY, the weaker stocks, the consumer cyclicals and stuff like that. So that's what I've been noticing, at least pre-market looks. And a lot of the times we've been getting these full range swings where the sector or the stock or the ETF will go straight down all pre-market, then straight back up all intraday market, or straight up all pre-market, then straight back down to a big support. And I think what we need to understand is that these are big range moves, and you can always capitalize on big range moves. But one of the things we always have to look at is the support and resistance, and how's that going to affect the stock itself. Always being in the stocks with the most move or the biggest move is going to get you those biggest reactions at the support and resistance. But at the end of the day, you can always look at support and resistance to kind of trade off of. Those are the kind of the basics of technicals, and essentially, especially when you're getting these big range moves, you have a lot of chances to get that tight risk with a good reward potential. All right, guys, so let's go really quickly. Let's start with the kind of the one that's down the most. You could look at energy. Energy's down the most. I like looking at weeklies just to kind of help us understand where it's kind of looking like. We have resistance above, and so you should see resistance above for certain energy companies. This also includes kind of the gas, the oil plays and stuff like that. I think oil's starting to make a comeback, but oil's so slow, man, that you have to like hope and pray. And I don't like hope and praise in my investments, let alone my day trades. So we can move on to real estate. Real estate got hit really hard yesterday and getting hit hard again today. I don't really trade these names, so if you want to look into that sector, you can, but it is going down today. Then right behind it, finally starting to get to the juicy spot. The juicy spot has a lot to do with financial services. Financial services are going down. You got Bank of America, you got Goldman Sachs, you got Wells Fargo, the weakest one, really getting destroyed, now down to the 20s. I think this one will actually maybe eventually get down below $20. A lot of pressure on these bank stocks. You're going to be putting a lot of pressure on the market overall. When we go into a little bit further down, I think the important part to watch is going to be, of course, the technology and healthcare, which keeps holding us up, guys. Yesterday, when we went back up for a little while, it was why? Because technology went back to the green, and also healthcare was in the green. The only two sectors that ever went green yesterday. That's also an important thing. So look for technology to lead us a lot. If technology is going up, it'll probably eventually hold the market a little bit. If you see technology drop big, I think that's when you got to start getting concerned about if you're long, and that could change the market overall.
Yeah, for sure.
Healthcare is another one we could look at. It's kind of the same chart. When you think about technology and healthcare, they've kind of been running hand in hand. A lot of these healthcare are running, because of the COVID plays. But I think when you see these turn around, that's when you see the market turn around. When the market reacts to biggest down, it's been because technology and healthcare end in the red. They might not even start the day, but if they end in the red, those are the days that I've seen kind of these big down moves in the SPY. Another thing to remember, guys, and I'll just really quickly go over the SPY right quick, and then John can take right back over with the biggest movers and the biggest news of the day. So one of the things to remember, guys, is that we started going down now about 3 days straight down. So 3 days straight down could always give us a little bounce. That's one thing to keep in mind today. You can't always just be so biased to the bear side. And I think that's to keep in mind. Whenever I feel like the majority of traders are short, I start getting concerned about my own shorts, because the pressure needs to be so much to the downside to keep the market out. And that's pretty much it for me, guys. Go ahead and let John take back over. So I'll be watching for certain plays. My favorite plays have really been in the lodging and resorts. That's what I was looking for yesterday. I'll continue to look at those: Hilton, Hyatt, Stay. You could also look at in the resorts, LVS, and the one that I really wanted to get big short yesterday. I actually took a kind of what I would call a pairs trade, and really it was an arbitrage trade here on Win on paper. But yesterday I was really interested in this. I just didn't want to risk my account anymore. You know, it was a little bit in the red, and when you get in the red, sometimes you just got to call it a day. But what I did was I started looking at views, and I said, well, I'll just enjoy myself, trade a little bit here on kind of a paper swing look. And I went long on LVS with a really tight risk. If it bounced back, it was going to give me some money. And I did a tight risk also here on Win, and I used a short look on Win. And by doing a long and a short on Win, I was able to get out of the LVS trade and stay in the Win trade. And today that would put me up about $400. So those are the kind of things that I'm starting to look at for the long term. I'm going to be looking this more for our other channel, investments and swing trades. But definitely these lodgings having trouble, guys, and these resorts having trouble.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't really push the second channel this early, but I think I might, just because it's not really like, if you guys want to subscribe to our second channel, it's just an online business channel. We break down different topics, subjects in the online business space. Recently, I just purchased a blog, and we're looking how to monetize that right now. Mitch goes over like longer term analytics, and so if you like those, go check out the link in the chat I just posted.
Yeah, man, some people hit the like with that. Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead, John. You can take over the biggest movers.
All right. So yeah, guys. So SPY dropping pretty substantially this morning. Huge drop. It's really, if you look at the last 3 days, though, it's not a ridiculously huge drop or anything. It's a bigger drop. But you know, the big drop really came on Tuesday of this week, right before the close. These numbers, or this drop, is from two different things, right? This number is from bad jobless claims. Worse than expected and worse than last time jobless claims. And also, it is from Trump saying that he is going to take a hardline approach with China. And he's put out a lot of bad quotes regarding that, with the whole relationship with China and all that stuff. And so, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Here's the SPY itself. It is down from 281.60 where we closed down to 279.28, and so it's down over $2. Looks like it's down about $2.32, 33 cents, and so a pretty significant drop for the SPY. But again, I can go over this report one more time. This is mostly from jobless claim numbers, but also because Trump is saying he's going to take a hardline stance with China. I don't know if that's the right thing right now. I think Trump needs to take one thing at a time here, and I think that we should focus on the rebound of the economy that we have from all the nonsense going on right now in the world. I think we should focus on the market rebounding, regardless of what his plans are with China. I don't think stirring the pot specifically right now is necessarily a good idea. And I think we need to, manage what's going on right now as opposed to worrying about that right now. I think, I understand, but I think that let's take one thing at a time, shall we? But yeah. I can go ahead and go over some of those quotes. Again, the ETF preview came out, and I can quote from this again, and this is from MT Newswires, and it says, quote, stock futures were lower, extending from the previous session. The U.S. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell gave out a downbeat outlook on the U.S. economy, weighed down by the pandemic. The Fed chief warned of a, quote, long-term economic damage from the outbreak, which has caused the loss of millions of jobs, a drop in the stock market, and threatened the survival of small and medium-sized companies. We also had a few data releases came out, like I said, which were worse than expected. U.S. claims for unemployment benefits were up to 2,981,000 for the week, which is higher than the Econoday estimate. They estimated 2.5 million unemployment business or benefit claims, and instead it was almost 3 million, about 19,000 under 3 million. So a pretty big increase. Import prices were down 2.6 month over month compared with estimates of a 3% decline. So a little bit better than expected import price drop. And so, yeah, so again, to look at commodities, crude is up over 3%. The U.S. oil fund is up 1%. Natural gas is up 0.7%. And the U.S. natural gas fund is down 1.5%. As in gapping stocks, guys, like I said, today we got APDN. Huge move. Ridiculously big move. This one's up like 80% or so. Gapping up from 889 all the way to 1535. And so just a big move, guys, here in the market. A huge move. We'll see what we get. But yeah. We're gapping up from 889 to 1531. This is FDA Fast Track designation. This is a designation, FDA Fast Track designation. I believe this is a COVID-19. It's either test or a bio drug. Let me look it up real quick. So it's a test. So they received regulatory authorization, FDA Fast Track designation, or Fast Track approval for APDN, and that's why this one's up. Again, gapping up a pretty big amount here. The big level to watch for this one, I think, guys, is the $15 level. If we break underneath that, as well as, maybe $14.50 here, there's going to be a lot of weakness, and that's going to be basically breaking out of that consolidated range that we've put in this morning, mostly for APDN. And so that's what I would watch, is a drop under 15 and $14.50. See if we get that, and if we do, maybe we'll find some weakness. But again, I think it's really going to depend on how it reacts to the open this morning. Again, we also have IMUX here. We have AIM, which is a penny stock, but it's gapping up a pretty solid amount here, gapping up from 235 to 318. I'm pretty sure this was also a fast track designation for AIM. I'm pretty sure this was a fast track designation as well, but I might be wrong. Yeah, so the FDA authorized the first human trial assessing the safety and effectiveness of their bio company's lead asset, Ampligen. And so, yeah, FDA fast tracked the first human trial for this, for AIM. Again, we also have CODX here. CODX, huge move. Big run the last few days. Yesterday at the open, this one was roughly at $18 before the open. Once the open happened, this thing ripped up. Just doing market hours yesterday, CODX went from $18 all the way up to over $22 before the bell. It looks like it got closer to $24, and then it has since ripped up in pre-market as well. Since these numbers came out, we are getting a drop in the last few hours, but CODX is up big in the last few days. Very substantial amount in the last few days, and so we'll see what happens with this one. Like I said, if you know the catalyst behind this move, I think let me see if I can find it. If you know the catalyst, let me know, because I'm not really seeing anything yet. Alright, so I guess this one reacted, something here is saying this one reacted to disappointing sensitivity data reported by Abbott Laboratories for ABT. Maybe that's one of its competitors for its rapid molecular testing. And so, yeah, maybe that's one of its competitors, and I guess this one's moving up. But again, it's still up. Huge downward move. If you know the catalyst behind this one, let me know. We also have Wix here, which is basically a website hosting service. With like drag and drop tools and stuff like that, like an all-in-one hosting service for Wix. We'll see what happens with this one. It's gapping up from 166 to 180, and again, I can look up the catalyst behind Wix's move here as well. I hope my neighbor's not cutting his grass right now. He is. What a jerk, man. Thanks, bro. Is he cutting my grass? Here, let me ask him to cut my grass. Hold on one second, guys. Mitch, can you hold it down, bro?
Go for it, bro.
No.
Alright, switch off here. All right, someone calling out a stock NPT, NEPT. Talked about a potential move towards this 350 resistance. Really has to get above that 200 moving average. It's going to be very vital for it. Right now I have it on the daily and weekly at 268. The daily one at 259. So let it get up there. I think it could pull back maybe to 225 area before it really lifts off, but it's already touched there once on that day pullback, not yesterday but the day before that. So look for maybe a potential volume to get in this one. You want to see volumes up by at least 1 million shares traded. Right now, let's see where it's at. Right now it's only at 20,000 shares. Let the volume, let the momentum get in the stock before you try to overreact to the move, but it is not a bad looking daily chart. We brought up Wind. I actually took a swing trade on that one, but on paper here. So I don't know if you were here, Jim, but yeah, definitely looking down on Wind. This one has such a high relative price to where it was at one point. 2018, this one was at $200. I could see this one coming down closer towards these 50s. Maybe it won't get down all the way down to 30 again, but if you see this long-term support over here in this area at 51s, 52s, I think it could definitely head down towards that area, and yeah, there's a good look towards it.
All right, I guess I'm kind of back. If my neighbor comes here again, Mitch might have to hold it down some more. But yeah, it's too early to be cutting the grass. That's right, Eric. It's like 8 o'clock here in the morning, man. He knows. The problem is that neighbor kid knows I stream too, because he's come over here and he wanted me to sign his form. But yeah, it's all right. But anyways, AMD starting to rebound, Mitch. Kind of rebound. Bouncing back a little bit with the market, but we'll see what happens.
Seeing the movie theater shut down that AMC life.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, AMC. It's an interesting, man. That one's such a. Here's the thing with AMC, and this is, I have so much buying power, man. Where with AMC, I literally could just average down in this one and probably make like 10 grand if I wanted to. Just because I have so much buying power, it's so cheap and it's tradable. I'm not going to, because that would be stupid, but like I could. If I ever got myself in a hole, I think that's what I would do. Like if I was ever down like thousands and thousands of bucks, I would just average down on this one with all the buying power I have, since it's a $4 stock. But just like you said, man, it's crashing down, bro. But yeah, we also have Wix, which Wix came out. Like I said, Wix is gapping up, but there's just not that much volume to accompany it. But Wix is up after it posted a smaller than expected first quarter loss revenue that was in line with the expectations, and they also issued second quarter guidance for Wix. But yeah, somebody asking about CODX here. Again, I think the big level for this one right now on this specific chart is 26. I think 26 is a big level. You also have 28 right here, which is also interesting. But I think this range is what I would really pay the most attention to until it breaks out of this. So like we have this range here. And that's what I'm really seeing if we can. That's what I'm really trying to see here. Let me see.
I don't think it wasn't the worst idea either, man. I honestly was trying to get an option on Monday, but you know where the options were priced at?
What?
$4.
Yeah.
They knew it.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a reason why I kept looking. I was like, why is it priced at $4? It's because they know better.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm banning all these bots in the Discord, so just hold it down.
Yeah, no worries. But yeah, man, AMC look really affected also CNK, guys. Look at CNK's chart now. Doesn't that look like a bear flag to you? It looks like a pretty bad bear flag to me. CNK gonna get some pressure on it.
Yeah,
definitely. This looks like it's cracking down. Looks like it held 15, tried to get above 15 one last time. Couldn't do it. So usually when you get big rejections off multiple touches of resistance, we usually get a swing down to support. And that's all that's happening right now. Right now, you're at the support, 12.19. This is the first level of support. And then below this, you'll start going to the 10, to the 8, and to the 6. All right, guys, another one that you guys can take a look at today is one that, man, it's been getting destroyed since I've been taking a look at it on Monday. USFD now down to 1620s from a $20 look. This one was one that I was actually bullish back here in April, early April, because I thought the restaurants were going to come back swinging. I thought they were going to come back open and we were going to be able to figure something out here. But as we got closer to the opening, I realized, man, with restaurants held down at 25% capacity, it's just not going to happen for them. So food distribution is going to struggle for a little while, especially because the orders are going to have to remain small because these restaurants just can't put out so much inventory and then let that food go bad. So it's gonna be difficult, definitely, for this company to kind of get around the environment for the time being until I think restaurants go back to at least 50%. USFD will still be struggling. Watching Cisco, that one, I think that one could take off in the long run. I mean, with all this talk of staying home, all these talk of networks needed, the amount of infrastructure that's going to be needed to keep the Internet of Things going here, guys. I can tell you right now, I'd be a bull in Cisco. There's not many stocks that I think can go up from here. Look at this chart.
Yep.
Look at this chart, guys. Look at the weekly. I love weeklies like this. Why? Because you have a solid point to risk off of. Right underneath it, at the 40-50 mark or the $40 mark, you could risk maybe 1, 2, 3 points, and you can have a potential for a move back up towards the 56 area. I think it could get up back to this resistance that it was in. And it definitely has kind of this weekly look where it could start squeezing up. Good point to risk off of. And those are the kind of things that I look for. Good story. The story's hot in Cisco. And I think investors are starting to stack in. The 40 price seems like the best price if you got that price. So I would always look back at that price. But yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, for sure. I was looking up the catalyst for this one for Cisco. So it looks like yesterday in after hours, third quarter results came out. They issued guidance for the fourth quarter as well. And so for Cisco here, I didn't even see this one, but this one is looking strong. The catalyst, though, was Wednesday in after hours. They reported third quarter non-GAAP earnings of 79 cents per share, which was compared with the 78 per share a year ago, so a little bit better than expected. The Capital IQ consensus estimate for those earnings was 71, so actually it was much better than expected and better than last year. GAAP EPS fell to 65 cents from 69, and revenue in the quarter ended April 25th declined to 12 billion from 13 billion. But was still much better than expected because the analysts had expected initially 11.8 billion. So yeah, they also put out guidance that said they expect the fourth quarter revenue to decline 8.5% to 11.5% year over year, with the street projection of 12.07 billion. And so yeah, so good results for the most part for Cisco, and we're getting some nice rip-ups from that. I might actually watch this one depending on how the range is. I'm always looking for mid and high cap stocks to trade, and I think this is an interesting one for sure to keep an eye on.
Yeah, definitely. It's one to definitely keep an eye on. Also, one to keep an eye on if you see this one leading, turns technology green, then starts pushing. That could become what I call a leader in the industry, and then start holding the technologies up. So keep an eye on it. There's usually a leader in tech that holds it up. Like last week or the week before that one was NVIDIA. And then it became Qualcomm last week. Qualcomm, you saw it start juicing up, and then everyone was playing the 5Gs, the cloud plays, and that's what these are, guys. The 5Gs and cloud plays.
Yeah, for sure. I really like this range right here for Cisco too. Like right here at 43.15, and then 42.25. Like I like this range. We've had a lot of confirmations right here, guys. And so if we break over this, maybe it'll rip up. But if we break under that, I like it even more. We'll probably get a good short play too. But we're just gonna wait and see what happens there. Somebody else is asking for CODX. Yeah, CODX is making some big moves, very volatile. Again, I like this range right here, 28 down to 26. You have a lot of confirmation in this 26 level here. And, you know, we got some confirmation at this top level here as well. And so this range right here in between 28 and 26 looks like the most favorable range to watch on a short-term basis. And if we break under 26, you know, I would look for it down to 24.50, and then see if it hits that previous closing price as well. You know, maybe down to like here. And then see if it hits that previous close. Let's look where that's up as well. Hey, I appreciate all the subs today, guys. Remember, hit that subscribe button, click the bell. We do this live for free every single day on YouTube. And so if you want to show support for what we do here, our free content, hit the subscribe button. Appreciate it, Donald. MY, Chris, appreciate the love, team. Welcome. Remember, guys, hit that like and subscribe button. We do this live for free every day. Yeah, AIM looks interesting enough. Alright, guys, we got 5 minutes before the bell. But yeah, numbers came out today, guys. Again, to take a look at the overall market catalyst that we're going to get heading into the open. Numbers came out for the overall market here. So if we look at the SPY itself, the new jobless claims. Alright, so we actually have a quote here, which is a tweet from Donald Trump. And this is what the tweet said. It says, quote, "Good numbers coming out of states that are opening. America is getting its life back. Vaccine work is looking very promising before the end of the year. Likewise, other solutions," which is what a tweet from Trump was about. But again, we did have some numbers, specifically U.S. continuing claims for May 1st were at 22.833 million versus 25 million expected. So not too bad. Prior revised 22.647 million to 22.377 million. But the U.S. initial jobless claims for May came out at 2.981 million versus the 2.5 million estimate prior of 3.169 million. So a little bit better than jobless claims numbers as well. But yeah, if we look at the overall SPY here, whoa, what happened to my chart? If we look at the SPY, look at this. We got some interesting levels. Again, I like this 279.50 level, but we're moving back to that now. But yeah, pretty big drop this morning. You know, after Jerome Powell's move and some technical moves, we did have some volatility for sure in the market yesterday. We had a big drop. We had a lot of volume start coming in. Hey, I appreciate the 199 super chat, Adam. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, no stress, dude. Hey, thanks, Tim. Yeah, we're just a free resource and community, brother. So, you know, we don't charge for anything, man, but we definitely appreciate it. We promote other companies and other referral products like every other YouTuber, but like we don't have any products that we sell. It's all free unless you want to buy merch. Like we have merch, but you know, all our content is free. We don't charge for any of our content, basically, is what I mean. All right, guys, we got 3 minutes, team. Let's do this.
Okay. One thing that I would say that is if I look at everything on the 15 minutes, everything's bouncing back right now.
Yep.
Everything. Why is that happening? I think it was pushed down too far. SPY was holding a little bit and it's trying to equal out here. You could see some quick spikes, then washouts. I'll look for green to red moves as I see these bounce backs right before the open.
Yeah, for sure. I've been attacking some of those lately. I've really learned with those. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Nick. I've really learned with red to green moves that I gotta take profits fast in those. I think the problem, like people try to take red to green moves and they're like, oh, well, they don't work. They work. You just gotta take profits. You know, you can't hold those things, and I think a lot of people get stuck kind of trying to hold them longer than they're really meant to be held. And it also varies on the stock. You know, like a lot of people will trade a certain strategy, and they'll say, oh, well, the strategy doesn't work, you know, and it might not work, but it's going to vary depending on the stock. And so certain strategies are going to work better on certain stocks, and certain other strategies are not going to work on the same stocks. And so it really is going to vary depending on the strategy. And so I hope that makes sense to everyone here. But yeah, with that said, I might attack some red to green moves at the open too here. For the SPY, I'm watching that 295.50 level certainly, but you know, it should be fun and interesting. Let me get everything ready. There we go. We're all set up. BYND, man. Now we got 30 seconds, team. Here's BYND. Oh wait, hold on. Let me do something real quick. Alright guys, 15 minutes before the bell. But yeah, BYND, the level I would watch is the previous closing price right there at 134.50. Watch 134.50. Break out under it. Maybe it holds this resistance. But we have 5 seconds, guys. Wish us luck. Good luck in the markets, team. Let's do this. CSCO, big rip. There's the bell, guys. Good luck, team. Let's try to make some money today. But yeah, there's the bell. SPY dropping a little bit here. 279 is an interesting level. We also have 279.40 or 50 here for the SPY. Watch these two levels. 279.40, 279.50 on the SPY look interesting to me, but we're actually bouncing. We're going to wait a few minutes, but yeah, Cisco is ripping up, guys. Look at Cisco, Mitch. Big move.
Yep. Hey, man, we called it. Weekly chart has a good look. Man, 372,000 shares in AMC there right out the gates. That's a lot. It's a lot for that stock to just right out the gates.
Yeah, for sure. But we're getting some solid moves. AMD bouncing. A big rip in AMD. CODX hasn't really moved too much. Watch MU here.
Grocery stores here.
MU dropping a little bit. Fix this. Make sure you guys can see the numbers. So yeah, market's squeezing up, guys, and remember, these are the interesting levels. Look at that level right there at 279.50. We'll see if that level holds. You see it battling that level now. You can see exactly where it goes up to and touches, guys. And look at that. It gets rejected right there. Whether or not it breaks over it, you can see how strong of a level that is. And if we break over that, I would look to see if the SPY holds that 279.50 level as support. But you can see how spot on I was with this level right here just to see exactly where it reverses. And it's trying, but it's breaking under. Now let's see if it holds it as support or not. A huge rip in MU as well. Big rip in MU. Big rip in AMD. Big rip in a lot of stocks following the market up. Cisco. Gonna watch Uber though. Uber's previous close is way up there. Alright, so the SPY is pulling back to the VWAP here. Big rejection back under that 279.50 level. We'll see what we get, but big drop. Not a big drop. I'm embellishing maybe a little bit, but a drop in the market. The opening's so excited. But yeah. Yeah, good day to be patient. Yeah, for sure. What's up, Alex? Alright guys, big drop in the market. I'm going to look for some downward momentum in other stocks, especially if the market starts to test the lows of the day. If it does, I think that's going to show a lot of weakness. I'm going to start consequently shorting a lot of these other stocks that I'm watching, but I just got to wait for it here. Maybe Uber.
Yeah, I like that. Square faded really good right there.
Alright, SPY's testing lows, guys. SPY's about to break. Downside. I'm going to look at Lyft here. I'm going to look to short into Lyft with maybe 500 shares, depending on how it acts here. You know, I was really looking for it, but the spread is so huge on Lyft right now, actually. It's like a 10-cent spread. I got to simmer down a little bit for my first trade here. Alright, I just got in with 300 shares, but again, looking at Lyft, I don't know if this was the right move. Just a huge sizing and a huge range. Market's breaking lows, though, which should drag Lyft down, I think.
R flipped. CNK faded. I'm looking to make some trades, guys, because I'm not going to be here too long today, so you guys might see me take a big swing really quickly.
Alright, so I'm in lift. Like I said, I don't know if I really like this one. The range is too big for my 300 shares. I took a little bit smaller share size, but the range is certainly a little bit larger than I would prefer here. Luckily, it's very tight and small.
SDC coming to VWAP. Dang, that one got hit hard yesterday. Squeezed me out and they got hit so hard.
There's 49s. Let's see if we can hold under this $0.50 for a lift here.
Big flip there.
There we go. Alright, I'm almost finally break even in this one. We get back over 50, I'm probably just going to get out. As I say that, we move immediately back up there. Alright. There we go. Alright, I'm green in this trade, guys. I'm not really loving it at all. I'm going to take profits here. It's just too risky. Too big of a spread for lift, and it might break down nicely here, but I'm going to hold this 100 shares and try to ride it down. And at this point, I'm protected in it. Just too big of a range for me. The spread is like 5-10 cents. That's just way too much for any big share size like I take. So we're just going to hold 100 shares, see if we can break down with the market. But again,
Short
too big of a
SDC,
spread.
guys. Short SDC for the fade. Looking for the fade, man.
Yeah,
There you
lift.
go. You go, guys. Looking great for me here.
Yeah, I'll put you up since I'm only in 100 shares, and I'm probably not going to, since you got to leave early anyway. So here, hold on. Here, put your window up.
Got you. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
There you go, guys. Took a little bit off there, guys. Had 300 shares. Just covered some at 52.
Nice work, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna look for some other moves now.
There's a big bidder right now. See if he just smacks it at 650s.
All right, market's rebounding. I'm gonna get out of lift here. I made like a very small break-even trade, but not volatile enough, I think. Market's starting to rebound though. Look at that move. Whew. Alright, SPY about to rebound, guys, and push up and break highs. SPY's rebounding very, very quickly. SPY breaks 279.50 here, 279.70. We probably going to get a large squeeze in a lot of stocks. So you can see the SPY's edging closer and closer to that high of the day here. That's why I ultimately got out of lift. But Cisco just making some big, big moves on the upside.
All right, guys. Green from the open now. We have healthcare, technology, and consumer cyclicals. Those three sectors are green from the open.
Alright guys, here's the high of the day break in the market. So the SPY is breaking highs. I'm going to jump in a few hundred shares of Uber this time. Not Lyft, but Uber. Depending on if the market holds up there, I'm going to wait.
All right, guys. 60s is my out right now. I don't want it to come back to VWAP. Just going to see if it gets rejected right here. If not, I'll take it off and look to get back in.
Yeah, so the SPY got rejected at the high of the day. It broke it, and then it faked out and just rejected back down. So, might help you.
CNK at VWAP, not a bad one. Car has a good range today.
Hey team, we got 478 people in here. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every day. We almost have 500 people in here, so smash the like and subscribe button if you haven't already, guys. Show your support for what we do here. Yeah, market's getting rejected back below the VWAP.
All right, guys. There's a huge bid here at 653s. That needs to crack. There he is, the 105 right here. If he cracks, we're going to get down there. If not, it should bounce back up to the 60s.
Yeah, I'll switch to Uber because the range is a little bit better. Gonna maybe look for 500 shares. Hey, kiddo, come here.
All right, guys, got to reject right here.
Uber breaking lows. I'm going to jump in with 500 shares. If the market squashes down here, it should be good for me. Just 500 shares. Here, I got it. I just wanted to do it once. Here, zoom back out.
522 at 655, guys. 500 on the level 2. So that's a huge share size right under it at 655s. There it is.
Yeah, I'm in with 500 shares of Uber here, guys. I might put myself up just because I'm in a little bit larger share size.
Go for it, no worries.
Right,
I'll keep calling out the important.
Ah, man, that was my time. I missed it. All right, there we go. All right, beautiful breakdown. I'm going to take half off there. Still holding 200 shares. Small win. We're gonna ride the rest down on Uber. I called it. We're just looking for a little bit larger move under the 3220 level now. There we go. I'm gonna take another half off there. We're getting bounced right when we get the breakdowns. Ooh, huge bounce on Uber. I'm gonna try to be patient with this one, but
Huge bidder just got in there, guys. Be careful here. All right, I'm stepping out.
yeah, I gotta get
Huge
out of
bidder. Huge bidder there.
Yeah, I made a small win on Uber. Look at this wick. Kind of worst case scenario. Luckily, I took profits to where it was still a green trade. I'm still up a little bit under 30 on the day, but man, that little wick faked me out. That dumb wick. I could have held it. Ugh. Appreciate the sub, Steven. Welcome, man. Appreciate it.
All right, guys, not a bad $30 gain to start the day. I'm gonna try to make, $60, $70 and get out of here. Enjoy my day. I gotta go to the lovely dentist today.
You love them.
Oh, my favorite place to go.
Yeah. Do you see this wick on the SPY?
Grocery store is struggling here. Grocery store is struggling.
Do you see the wick on the SPY?
Yep.
Is that just me?
No, I don't think it is, man.
All right, Uber breaking under lows again. I'm gonna take 300 shares this time. I just think the market's about to drop.
Win just got destroyed. There looks like the resorts are getting hit hard. Green to red moves, man. What we tried to look for, because it was so pressured down, we look for a bounce to resistance at the open.
All right, I'm in Uber with 300 shares. I think I might keep this one a one and done trade. Remember, guys, I talked about being less active today and a little bit more patient, and I just haven't been. So I think that's what I gotta try to do.
All right, guys, gonna take a smallish share size position here. I like this look, and I need to be able to risk 50 cents. So what do I need to do, guys? I need to size down big. That's the only way I could take this trade. So I went ahead and I got in there on Go. It's a grocery outlet holding. I'm seeing the grocery stores really get hit hard today. I'm trying to see if this is going to pull back. 37, anything above that will get me out.
Yeah, I got out of Uber there. It's just too much upward pressure with these moves, and it might fake me out, which it completely did here, but it's being a little bit too volatile for me, I think, with some of these moves. But about break even on the day so far. But yeah, that one definitely faked me out. It's alright.
All right, guys, mine's a huge spread. You have to know how to trade these. The only way that I've learned to trade these is to start really, really small. I have 30 shares, guys.
Alright, so we can also see AMD form that low. Ah, man, Uber faked me out big. It's alright. But yeah, we could see that wick right underneath AMD there at 5250. If it breaks underneath that, I'm going to short into it. I'm also kind of looking at CODX here because it has a low underneath the VWAP too.
I'm liking EMPH, man. This one's a rocket, and I think it's going to start falling down here. Let it test one more time up to break out, and then I'm going to get short.
It's not trading at its Trade Ideas, Jay. Trade Ideas has it has to be a, there has to be a small. Hey guys, we got over. There's the AMD drop. Man, we're getting some volatility today. I'm missing some stuff. But AMD broke under that low, and now we have a really nice confirmed level for me to watch here for AMD. Really weak level here. All right, I'm in with 500 shares. Bounce up here.
Man, that win, a little paper trade that I was thinking about swinging. Man, that thing is winning.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I took half of AMD. Remember, I talked about this break right here at 5250, and we got a lovely break right there. I'm going to hold the last 200 shares, and I'm just going to keep this 52.50 level as my risk, the $0.50. I honestly don't mind adding back to it up to this level up here, but I'm going to try to wait and be patient as well here and try to figure out what to do from now. But really over 53, I just got to get out of this, I think. I'm about break even. Let me see if I can add another 300 shares if this one spikes up here. I was thinking about adding there. Didn't get it. Man, that would have been the ad spot. SPY rebounding a little bit. All right, I'm going to add another 300 here on AMD. Back in with 500 now.
All right, guys, gonna watch EMPH. I want to see it hold this like 56.12s, 56.10s, then get knocked right back down.
Yeah, I probably have to get out of AMD. I'm gonna give it one more second here, see if it rejects off of this level. But the SPY's bouncing, unfortunately, which is what's dragging this one up. Okay. I'll take half off there just to bank some profits again with that ad. Still holding 200 shares. Gonna let the last little bit drop. See if we get a move back under like 35 here. If this low can break, I'm gonna hold through it for sure. There's 34s. Nice. I'm gonna take another half off here and let this last little breakdown really happen. Big breakdown, a lot of weakness. I'm going to get out the rest there. So up 50 on the day, small, but the market's rejecting here, and that should consequently drag a lot of other stuff down. I'm also looking at MU under 85 here, but not a bad win. Like I said, I think I'm going to try to slow it down a little bit now and not trade as much, because if I can wait for A+ setups, I know how accurate I am, and I think I just got to wait for big momentum moves in the market. So with that said, though, the market breaks lows right here under 278. I'm going to short into some more stuff. All right, market breaking lows. Looking at MU, low of the day break here with 300 shares. Wait for the break to actually happen though.
All right, guys, I'm sorry I was muted. I'm short EMPH, guys. I'm short EMPH. I got in there at the 76.
Yeah, I'm in with 300 shares of MU here with the market breaking these lows. See if I can get a quick. I'm gonna keep this one and done. I'm not gonna scale out, I don't think, unless I mean I might, but
All right, starting to see that go position, my grocery position start cracking down. Let's see if that holds, doesn't get back up at 37. If it cracks down to the 36.28, that's what I'm looking for.
Maybe AMD was the one short.
All right, looking to see if EMPH is just going to get destroyed right here.
Hey guys, we got over 500 people in here, so smash that like button if you haven't already. We do this live for free every day. Again, we're not experts, we're not gurus. We just teach people the strategies that work for us. They might not work for you, so make sure you test them. We're just growing our accounts, you know, growing as traders like anybody else. So appreciate the love, guys. There's 69s. See if we get down to like 65s. I'll take some off here. Try to hold this close to break even now. 68s. I'm gonna take a little bit off at 67 here just to protect myself in the trade. I'm gonna hold the last little 100, see if we get a full breakdown.
Boom. Looks good for me now in UPH. It would need to break the high now. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, I usually rotate speed, so it varies from you know, what I'm doing, who has the most sizing, who's in the most trades and stuff like that. So
yeah, you guys will hear us call it out. We try to literally tell you guys where's our risk, where's our entry, because that way you guys don't necessarily need to watch. You know, keep doing your own thing, keep working your own progress. We'll keep up with you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and like I said, we do our best to rotate between people, but you know, sometimes it's gonna be, you know, difficult to manage mid trade, so you know, it is what it is. Hey, I appreciate the sub DM. Welcome in. Appreciate the love, bro. Remember, hit that subscribe button. We do this for free every day. But yeah, I got out of my MU trade, kept that one completely break even. Now that AMD's testing lows of the day, I might attack it too, but
all right, looking good for me in my positions. I'm trying to let them crack down here. There we go. Looking good in this ENPH here. Gonna take some off here as it cracks the 20s, goes to 55. See if it cracks the 20s here.
I appreciate the support, team. Thank you, guys.
It's not cracking the 20s. I'm gonna take half of it off there, pay myself a little bit, and now I can just let it go. Put a stop, not even pay attention to it. There you go. All right, guys, gonna put a stop now at 55.74. Look for this to break through the 55, head down to 54.50. If we can take a profit of $1 on this, we'll definitely take it.
All right, I just jumped in 500 shares of AMD. Gonna look for a quick surge under the whole dollar here. Here we go.
All right, guys, about to take $1.
Just took almost all of it off. I'm still holding 100 shares. We did get the breakdown that I wanted, but over 52, I'm going to get out here. So I'm up 85 bucks on the day, 84 bucks. So scalped AMD real quick. Still kind of growing, pushing here.
All right, guys, just covered some because I'm expecting a little bit of a strong bounce. Just want to take the profit off there, $30 on that trade. Not a bad trade at all.
Hey, appreciate the sub, guys. Welcome. Appreciate it.
Oof. And there's the MPH. Maybe took it a little bit early, but I'm okay with that.
Hey, bro,
I took almost $1.
Look at AMC right now.
Yeah, I mean, CNK is probably going to follow suit, but I mean, that's just a common one. That's the one that you could have sized into, man. The green to red move. Look at that.
Yeah, man. Well, it's not about that. AMC's just got it's such a cheap price that I could buy as many shares as I want, really, of it. And so if it's a losing trade, I can effectively just scale in But I think that's a bad habit to get in.
Yeah, bad habit in the long run.
Big drop on AMD. Wish I would have caught the full move there, but man, we're getting some movement today. Yeah, Boeing.
Yeah. Well, Boeing put out news negatively. Their CEO, the CEO on Today's Show said that one of the major airlines is going to go out of business.
Which one do you think it is?
And they know. Like, if anyone knows about the airline company, it's the one that makes the airplanes.
Yeah, for sure.
It would just make sense.
Yeah, they know the business
more than anybody in the game. The one thing though he didn't do is give out which one he thought it was gonna be.
Of course he did, man. That
so you know what he did? You know what he did?
What?
All he did was just knock down the whole industry.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing, man.
Look, CNK following suit.
Yeah.
When you told me AMC's drop, it was at 11.55. It quickly went to the support there.
Yeah, I might short or go long in Uber, or I mean short into Uber if it breaks this 3150 level. It depends on what the market's actually gonna do here, but I don't mind that level there. Also CODX. Remember, guys, look at the levels. How solid this level was at 28. The level's still holding.
All right, guys, getting a nice breakdown here in Go. This is how you can take a trade with a big spread. This stock has a spread about 20 cents, but what I did was limit the share size.
Yep.
Doesn't mean you can't trade it, guys. Just means you have to understand the risk, like always in day trading.
Big bounce in AMD, guys. I was thinking about shorting into this bounce here, but these last two candles just look very, very strong. I think now, especially the market being so extended on the downside, that if the market bounces, it's just going to drag AMD up to like 52.25 or so.
I'm going to give this a shot to break through that number, that 36.28. If it does break through that 36.28, you can start taking some profits. Index dropping here in grocery stores. You should see some kind of movement.
I'm just, man, I missed the short in Uber, guys. I missed it completely. Oh, actually, I caught it. Okay, good. Okay, I just took half off of Uber. I don't know if you guys saw that. Okay, yeah, I took half off of Uber. I'm still holding another position. Or I'm still holding a little bit more here. I'm just going to be pretty wimpy with the rest and just take the rest off and then hold this. See if we get a larger move. I'm going to get out here because I want to keep my $100 in profit. So yeah, up 107 on the day, $107 on the day. Still grinding the account up. Honestly, my P&L is looking pretty lovely right now. Look at that. So not too shabby. We're going to keep growing. Let me put this back up. So yeah, I've been trying to do better. Let me know if I'm doing better at calling out the moves I take before it happens. Like if you guys remember me saying I'm gonna look at Uber under 3150, and then it broke down under 3150. It's at 3130 now. I've been trying to call out like the AMD break underneath the low under the VWAP, and I called that one out as well. So I've been trying to do better as I grow my account and get better and better. It's going to be a little bit easier for me to manage these things emotionally, and so with that I should get better at calling them out as well, which is what I've been trying to do today. I've been trying to be sure to call out any trades I make a little bit beforehand so you guys can follow along with me.
Having a little bit of internet issues over here on my side.
Okay, here. Alright, I got you down. Don't stress it.
Yeah, I couldn't even send you a Discord for a second. It was
Comcast
like, yeah, just struggling.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Nicola? Hey, what's up, brother? You heard it was American Airlines, Steve? Yeah, could be.
A little bounce there and go. It looks like my charts are struggling too. I need to restart my charts and everything.
It's your internet.
When the internet struggles, the internet struggles.
And maybe the short there on AMD. Remember, guys, I said I was thinking about shorting AMD on the bounce to 52. I thought those initial few candles looked too strong, but the bounce would have gotten me 25 cents a share, so maybe it would have worked. Uber is now bouncing back to 31.50. Maybe I'll short into it, but I'm gonna wait. I think my Thinkorswim time and sales is being a little, or my Thinkorswim level 2 is acting a little weird. There's a ask is bigger than the bid, or the bid is bigger than the ask, and just some weirdness here.
A little fishy.
Yeah, a little strange. Tefs is doing right though, so.
All right, guys, I'm just gonna see if my trade breaks down here. I'm just gonna let it go. Those 30 shares, let them work. I'm starting to like EMPH for fake out fade here, or VWAP reject. Look.
Here we go. Hey, appreciate the sub, Oscar. Welcome in. Appreciate the love, dude. Remember, guys, hit that subscribe button. We still almost have 500 people in here, so appreciate the love, guys.
Gonna look for this just to snap down. If it doesn't, we'll let it go. Now the bid's underneath where we wanted to see it, so that's a good sign. Spread opening up and looking to head down. Let's see if it breaks that 36.
I'm gonna short into Uber here with 300 shares. We'll see what we get with it. I'm in 300 shares right now. About break even, but we're gonna take profits very quickly if we get a breakdown under this low.
Oof, Target heading down there, guys. Grocery stores getting hit hard. Walmart included. You could look maybe Costco, Kroger's, those kind of things are getting actually hit significant amount. Those are the ones I'm trading right now.
Yeah, I got squeezed out of Uber, $24 loss. It's okay. SPY is what I'm really keeping an eye on here.
Guys, you're getting bounce backs in LVS to the VWAP. Also, WIN looks like it's heading to VWAP. There we go, guys. Now I can keep that stop closer towards my entry and below my entry, actually. So we're looking really good here and go. All I needed to do is go.
Yeah. Always, bro.
Gotta enjoy these stocks.
Yeah.
Looking to see if it could drop below this 36 here, guys.
Alright, I just scalped a little bit more off of Uber. Very small. I'm with 200 shares. See if we get a major breakdown now. Hey, baby. Kale's here.
All right, guys, this is gonna be my last trade of the day. Not based on.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Let's just say something.
Just last trade of the day for me. Got to get to the dentist soon, so this will be it, guys. Not a bad day though, regardless of whatever happens.
Yeah, look at Carol's shirt. Carol's shirt's all crazy. Maybe I held on to this trade on Uber too long. I don't hate it though, because like that 3150 level should hold, and if it does, that's great, and if not, it's alright too.
Goodbye the car rental industry and hospitality stealth. Yeah, looks like it, man. They're definitely struggling. There's CNK breaking through the lows.
There's 30 break for Uber.
CNK is one that it got me yesterday, but maybe should have stuck with it because I've made more money than I've lost in CNK. I'm actually up on the name, like probably a little bit over 200. So shorting today, the fade, perfect on CNK.
Market breaking lows here. I just added into my Uber position another 200 shares. I'm holding 400 shares now. We're going to see if we get a quick breakdown and take profits fast on this one. But yeah, market broke underneath the lows here. I'm looking for Uber to do the same. Take half off there just to protect myself. Holding 200 shares now. Uber is rebounding again here with the market. What do I want to do? Do I want to hold this 200 shares or do I want to just play it safe? Sorry, baby. I'm over here. I'm gonna get out there. It's alright. Kept that one exactly break even. Yeah, look at your shirt, man. Your shirt's all crazy.
I look like I got a big hole in my chest.
Yeah. Here, go get a camera, or go get a chair.
I gotta do the Zoom.
With her Denny's cup, yeah, she does have a Denny's cup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she's got a Denny's cup. Yeah, I added some lighting today.
There you go.
Yeah. What's up, Oscar? What's up, Joe? Yeah, it should be interesting. We'll see what we get. Should be fun. It looks like I got out of Uber at just the right time, though, because Uber just ripped up. Glad I exited. A lot of stuff rebounding now, too.
A lot of stuff rebounding. Go might not go for me, guys. Might have to cut it here, guys. That's why we kept it small.
Yeah, I'm still waiting to see what we get from some of these moves. Yeah, Boeing, super volatile. Big drop. Wonder what Lyft is doing now. I'll tell you what though, my levels on CODX are on point, guys. I'll show you guys in a second, but remember I talked about 28 and 26. Look at those levels hold perfectly. Same levels I drew out. So if you guys followed me this morning and drew the same levels, you guys see how well they've been following on CODX. It's a really good lesson on documenting those technical levels too. Don't overtrade. Yeah, I'm trying not to. I'm gonna take a break. Here,
a little bounce
here,
here, guys.
Go to the restroom, actually.
A little bounce here, guys. Be careful. Some stocks bouncing to VWAP and breaking VWAP.
How do you do that? That's what I thought.
Here.
How's it?
All right, guys. Yeah, say hello.
Sorry, man.
No, you're good.
How's John doing this morning?
Seems calm. Nice. Not a bad day at all, JJ. 7-1. Take that any day. All right, guys. Getting towards my wrap-up time. I gotta go head out of here. I'm gonna let this try to break down here. And if it doesn't break down, I'll probably just cut it and go celebrate the day. Set a stop right above 75s. Put a range on.
Don't buy any more Lulu. try not to. When John made 5K, like, I don't know. How did you react when he made 5K? Also, it's I don't have an E on the end of my name like Carol Baskin.
Yeah.
You know?
Reacted happy. Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, obviously I was proud of him. But yeah, Carol Baskin's got an E on the end of her name. It's just Carol for me. No E.
All right, guys, I got a stop place for 36.75. If it breaks down through the 36, I'll also take profit. Also, need to start heading out of here. So we'll let this trade work. If not, get on out.
Get you a chair.
Jackson.
Big spike up, guys. I can tell you that.
All right, I'm back.
All right, healthcare making a comeback there. Keep an eye on technology. Healthcare though making a comeback there.
All right, so market's rebounding. I think the big level here is. So these are the levels on CODX I drew out. Look how accurate these levels are. Look how close these levels were. Look at this 28 level, called out that level. Look at this 26 level. So both of these range levels held really, really well, and they're still kind of in this range. And so we'll see what we get here. But the market itself is bouncing back. And the interesting part of the market right now, I think the biggest levels now is this level here. It was that low in pre-market. But it's also a whole dollar level at 278 specifically. So 278 should be an interesting level here. We'll see what happens as we test this level, whether this market's going to fade back down or whether we're going to move back up. But it should be an interesting level for sure. Do an options trade. She certainly did, Noah. 100%.
You should have fed him to the Tigers.
Yeah.
So, anyways, all right, I gotta go.
All right,
to the
baby.
track. All right, y'all.
All right, Carol's out
Hope
of here.
y'all are having a good day. So I might stop back by.
All right.
You know, but
All right.
maybe we'll
Yeah.
see.
All right.
So.
Alright, so AMD's reversing here. CODX is coming down. We'll see what happens with Uber here as well. Been watching that one, and Bank of America is also, coming down. Yeah, SPY rejected view. I'm looking to see if it fades. That's what I'm really watching. Oh, hey, Carol. Sorry guys, I had to stay muted for a second. Alright guys, SPY is rejecting that level. We'll see what we get here. I'm looking at Uber again. I might take a 200 shares here and then try to ride it down to see if we get some downward momentum. Ah, man, I'm taking a loss here. I'm going to give it a little bit of time. I don't hate this level. I'm going to add a little bit more here and then use 75 as my risk level for Uber. And with 400 shares, I like this rejection. 76. So we can ride this bad boy down now. I like the levels. SPY coming down should be good for me here. I wish I'd had a little bit bigger size here, but that's okay. $64, 63, 62, 61. Gonna take a little bit off there. Hold this last little 200 shares. See we get the breakdown. Your mom's charging it. 67s. Getting a bounce here. I don't know if this is from the market or what. Huge squeeze here. I'm gonna give it one more second, but don't like the squeeze. I gotta get out there. Kept that one pretty close to break even too. I'm just getting, like, we're getting some really volatile moves here. The market's just bouncing quick, you know. And I think we might get rejected here, but it's just too risky, unfortunately. AMD, so we break under 52.38 with AMD. I might short into that, but I'm gonna wait for some downward momentum. Morning, is it another bad day? What do you mean? Not bad for me. Bad for the market? Kinda. Hey, I appreciate the sub. Sorry about the music, man. Definitely more people like the music than dislike it. And so sorry, brother. But yeah, a lot of people join the stream solely for the music, and so I'm not going to turn it down anymore. A lot of people just kind of hang out listening to music here, so sorry, bro. And hit that like button. We got 480 people still here, guys. So smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We do this live for free every single day on YouTube. All right, now I might scale up in size a little bit here. Like I said, I kind of wanted the big size. I'm gonna give it one more second. I'm in with 500 shares of Uber. See if we get a break under 60. I'll break even so far. So we get that break under 60. I'm gonna take half off there. Hold this last little 200 shares. Break even maybe. Keep kind of testing this level. I'm trying to see if we break. There's the market breaking lows. Looking weak. Trying to get this enough time, but I keep getting squeezed out on the upside. I'm just going to jump out there. Up 85 on the day. Definitely trading a little bit too much now. But we're consolidating, so I'm just trying to take advantage of the range that I see. Hey, that's right. Okay, nice, man. Yeah, this music's called copyright-free music. Yeah, for sure. Certainly it is. Yeah, it is. It's definitely copyright-free music. Alright, I'm gonna try to get under 60 here for Uber. 500 shares. I'm gonna wait for this level here to break on Uber and then short. Right here. Maybe down to like, the plan would be down to like 31.50. Hey, nice Baton Rouge, yes sir. Just trying to show my wife Lil Boosie and Webby music the other day. She knows Lil Boosie, but like, not really, you know. I had to show her some of it, you know. And then my daughter likes Young Jeezy, Thug Motivation 101. I may have let her listen to it, the censored version, of course. Alright, so we're getting about here. Like I said, I'm waiting for this 3160 level to break on the downside. We'll see if we get that or not. But that's ultimately what I'm waiting for. I wish they let me play copyright music here. That'd be lovely, you know. I think if you don't monetize the video, you can play copyright-free music, but I have no idea. I'm not sure. So yeah, we never got the break. We're actually getting a rebound here, so I'm just gonna wait. Market's rebounding here. So look at the SPY itself. So this is what's really going down right now. The SPY itself is moving up. Look at this. SPY itself is moving up. We got this 278 level that we're gonna run into soon, and we'll see if that level holds or not.
Alright guys, back a little bit, just got dressed. About to try to finish this trade off here.
Alright, market got rejected at that 278 level. We'll see what we get now, moving forward. Nah, I mean, the reason I said that PAS is because if you grew up in Baton Rouge, and my guess is if you're over like 25, if you grew up in Baton Rouge, you gotta know Lil Boosie and Webby. That's like, you know, the artist everybody knows. I guess nowadays it's like Kevin Gates, you know, and stuff like that. And I like Kevin Gates, but back when I was a youngster, I'd listen to Lil Boosie and Webby, like everybody else in Baton Rouge. Alright, so market get rejected at 278. There's a few things I'm looking at now. I'm looking at AMD to break under 52.35. AMD breaks under 52.35. I'm probably going to short it. We need some market correlation, though. Yesterday. I don't know, I threw a bunch away in my trash can. I've been sitting there for like a week, man. I've been sitting there for a week. Well, nobody picked him up. Then I'm throwing him away. This is my home right here. I gotta keep my home clean. You know? I'm sorry. I love you. My wife's mad at me. Should be alright. Alright, so we're moving down to 3170 here for Uber. Thinking about shorting into it. Not sure what I want to do. The market did reject at 278, a little bit under it. So I'm looking at Uber here again, and we're going to look to short into this thing again, maybe risking off of this level here. But I'm going to wait, see if we get some nice confirmation there first. CODX might break lows here, and so I might jump in this low of the day short on CODX. Look at the $26 level. Remember, I drew this level out. We break underneath this, I might short into CODX. Yeah. So I'm John. Mitch is the other guy on stream. So this screen is Mitch's screen, and whenever you see this screen up, it's my screen.
All right, guys, I really like that SDC there. I was gonna get shorted there at 690s. Just gotta get out of here, so I can't take the trade. But it definitely looks good after it rejected 3 times to get over $7. If it can't get over $7 3 times, I just expect to pull down to support, and it gives me a great measurement of risk and a good risk to reward on this stock. And that's why I would take it there.
All right, AMD hitting this level. Remember, I'm going to short into AMD if it breaks 52.35. We are at 52.38 right now. Man, I missed it. Might be too late. All right, I'm in with 500 shares. Oh, man. I'll give it one more second, but I'm in with 500. Worst case scenario there for AMD. I think I got a little bit impatient, but it's all right. I'll give it one more second. Now that we are getting a drop under 52.50, probably keep that level as my risk. Alright, I mean, we're getting a little bit of a rejection back down, but not really like I want to see, not the strong move that I wanted. Market just broke highs up there too. Probably got to get out soon. About break even on the day now, unfortunate, but like I said, I got a little stubborn there. No, I don't think I got stubborn. I think the market just squeezed up, breaking highs. I'm out of here. So yeah, luckily I had enough profit on the day to compensate for it, but literally as soon as I got into it, look at the SPY. SPY ripped up, broke highs. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. You know, it's been like a huge green streak for me, so I always got to tell myself, and that's why you'll hear me say that a lot, is that if I lose today, guys, if I lose, I lose. You know, I'm on a pretty solid green streak. Last 2 weeks, I'm up like $6 grand, so I'll be all right no matter what. But definitely an unfortunate loss for sure.
Yeah, guys, at the end of the day, what I always say is try to judge your day not based on results, but based on execution, because execution is what you're really shooting for. And if you're executing your strategies and you lose, that's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you're not executing, you're being off, getting in the wrong strategies and stuff like that, that's when you can notice, okay, I'm making trading mistakes. There's a difference.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's something hard for beginner traders to really understand, is when we're making a mistake and when it's just a strategy just not working out, and that happens.
Yeah, for sure. It's like when you're trading, it's like there's a few different things you really want to understand. Is that you number one, it's not going to be like the gurus tell you. Like, you're not going to just win every day. Like, sometimes you're going to lose. You know, like I've been very fortunate to be on like a crazy green streak, and usually I'm preaching against green streaks like this. But, you know, I streamed it all live, you know what I mean? And so it's like I can't fake this green streak that I've been on. But at the same time, I don't think these green streaks are necessarily common. I don't think they happen often. And I think that you need to be prepared to lose probably at least 1 to 2 days per week, usually. Now, it's all relative to how good of a trader you are, the strategy you're using, because different strategies are going to have, number one, better organic risk reward, better or worse organic risk reward, and number two, a higher or lower accuracy rate. And that's going to fluctuate and play off of it and play off of each other. Is that, you know, certain strategies might have a really good accuracy rate organically but have a worse risk and reward, like scalps, and some might have a really good risk reward but not as high accuracy rate, you know, like fades. And it still has a good accuracy rate, don't get it wrong, but you know, there's going to be a correlation between that. And, you know, just because the risk reward is not incredible doesn't mean it's a bad strategy. And just because the accuracy is not incredible doesn't mean it's a bad strategy. It's all going to depend on how it correlates with the other things. I'm going to short Uber here. But yeah, that's the big thing you want to understand as a trader, is that you're not going to win every day. Sometimes you're going to be a dummy like me and just give all your profit back. And that's okay, because it happens. And you got to be able to laugh at yourself, not take yourself too seriously. And, in the end, get used to losing, because as traders, you certainly will.
Hey, John. Sorry for interrupting there. I just wanted to say something before I get on out of here, guys.
Sure.
Did you see this KR today? This is why I'm trading the groceries, but I'm in the wrong one. I'm in the wrong one. Look at this fade off today.
All right. I just realized I'm in two different stocks. Wait, I'm in two different. Let me get my P&L up.
All right, guys. Kroger,
Uber.
Straight down there.
I'm gonna get out of Uber. Made a lot on Uber just now. Gonna get out of AMD. Made a lot on AMD just now. Whew. Up 64 on the day. Sorry. I got into two trades at once. AMD was probably the better one, but up 64 on the day. I saw the market start to crash. Sorry for interrupting you. I saw the market start to crash, and jumped in both of those. But here, I'll put you up. I'm done. I'm out of the trades.
Yeah, I can't blame you, man. I would have took that momentum also.
Yeah.
SPY fading off the VWAP there. You can't wait.
Right, for sure.
But yeah, if you look at the index for grocery stores and you look at Kroger's, it's going to give you the same look. Walmart taking a big hit today. Target taking a big hit today. Definitely keep your eye on those. Those are the big boys. Walmart and Target. And then Kroger's was getting the COVID pop. And this daily chart looks horrible. It looks like a huge wick and a big pull down.
Yeah, it's correlating with the market stocks. I called it though. So.
Yeah. Technology is actually one of the leaders on the downside today. From the open, technology is down. I'll tell you right now, 1.13%. The one right behind it is, you'll see industrials and utilities. Real estate is the one that's the furthest down.
Yeah, one I'm really looking at is MU here. If MU breaks under specifically 42.90, I'm gonna short the heck out of that thing. Maybe 1,000 shares for this one. I don't think I've taken 1,000 today yet. Maybe CODX too. CODX has a confirmed low of the day at $26 even, multiple times. The problem though is that the market is consolidating, and I'm glad I got out of Uber when I did. But
all right, guys, trying to let this crack through here, and that would give me a nice little move here. Definitely a fun day. A lot of industries on the move, guys. So definitely keep an eye out. I think these are the days where staying small early is a good thing. You know, we're getting such movement. There's money to be made.
Yeah, for sure. What's up, Marquise Bailey? It's been a long time, brother. Hope you're doing well, man. I'm looking at CODX here. It's getting pretty close. And it's not as correlated with the market, which I kind of like a little bit better, but huge range. I gotta figure out what kind of share size I want to take if I do take it. It's gonna be a very quick scalp though, all things considered, and I'm still waiting for that MU trade. The market just has to reverse here.
Looking for this go to crack down to 36.18. It still hasn't wanted to crack it, but it's definitely looking weak now, and I'm giving it a chance. I gotta get out of here, so I might just set a stop and get on out. All right, like always, guys, definitely stay up with our, if you guys want to check out the platform that John and I use every single day, we really use TradeNet. It's a funded account package. The fun part about this one is that it lets you trade as much as you want. I know you day traders are out there trying to get outside of the PDT rule. Also look for the least risk, especially when you're starting. This is why we really think TradeNet is a benefit. It gives you low commissions. It gives you a chat room access. It gives you a demo account and even some training information. So definitely check it out. If you're a new trader trying to go ahead and up your skills, start testing it, start seeing if you can handle the emotions of going live, then definitely go ahead and check it out. TradeNet will help you with some strengths of low commissions and ability to short, and also some training information. All this for less than $400. You really can't get it anywhere else. great day today. Looking like right now, 3 days, 3 stocks I've shorted today. And this is one of the best things I think TradeNet really helps me do, is that it lets me go long and short whenever I need to. Today I felt like I needed to go short, market looking short, so I took some shorts. Some days I feel like the market's going long and I'm a bull, and I'll jump on the bull side and go long. I think you always had to have this benefit, and when I didn't have this benefit before in the past, I always used to struggle with my biasy on the long side. SDC breaking down there from the 685s, looking interesting. The one that is squeezing a significant amount is CAR. Be careful with that one, guys. But this is going to be it for me today, guys. Like always, hit the like, hit the subscribe. If you guys want to stay with us, we'll definitely be here every single day. Keep working our progress, and you guys can do the same.
Yeah, for sure. Have a good day, brother. Good work today, man.
Good one, guys.
Later, dude. But yeah, somebody's asking what keyboard and mouse combination I should use. Really not sure. I use a Logitech. I don't know what this is. I use this mouse. I don't know if you guys can see it, but whatever this is. Sorry. I use this mouse. If you guys can see it. I don't know what kind it is, but I use Logitech. Sorry, I keep doing it. I use Logitech mouse and keyboard combo. They're both wireless, so like my keyboard is wireless, my mouse is wireless, and so it just makes it easy. I'm not like a wireless like freak or anything. Like, it doesn't have to be wireless for me, but I think keeping it easy like this makes me feel better about my area. But yeah, like I said, y'all want to use the platform we use. I posted the link in the chat. Like, people hate on them. It's so crazy. Like, people call them a scam and all this stuff, and it's like, what? Like, the reality is, like, they're the cheapest way for a new trader to get started. 100%. Like, they're the cheapest way. Like, people can say whatever they want. Most of the time, they either use a competing broker or they just lost a bunch of money in trading, and so that makes them bitter, and they just kind of obsess and whatever about the platform or us here overall, right? Like, but the reality is, it's like, when you really think about, technically it's an educational package, but when you think about what comes in this, like, for the amount, it's very obvious it's a solid deal and it's a cheap deal. Is it the perfect platform? No, nothing is. But like, it's super cheap, and it'll get you a decent sized account to trade with. If you're a brand new trader, you get to trade big. Not big, but you get to trade with a lot of buying power. I don't recommend trading big. I recommend actually trading small. But you have enough buying power to trade mid and high cap stocks. There's no PDT rule once you're approved, and you can short. And I think that makes a ton of sense. I think most of the time new traders are going to lose anyway, and so like the people that are sitting there just constantly criticizing TradeNet, but then like suggesting that people save up thousands and thousands of dollars as their first account, again, do not understand trading. They just don't understand it, you know, because the reality is traders are going to lose their first account. You make them save up $5,000, $10,000, they're going to lose $10,000 for their first day trading experience. You know, that's going to be even much more devastating than like if they lose any account. So paying $400 for the intro package and getting a course, a demo account, access to their chat room. Once you're approved for the funded account program, if you're approved, which they roughly approve almost everybody as long as you haven't signed up too many times before, from what I understand. Once you're approved, you get $14,000 to trade with for $400. There's no PDT rule, and you can short stocks. You're not going to find that anywhere else. Is it the perfect platform? No. You can't trade many penny stocks. So if you're a penny stock trader, probably not going to find many to trade. You do want to understand that. It might not be the platform for you if you trade penny stocks, but you can't argue with the amount of buying power they give you. And it operates like a prop firm, and so there's like a 70-30 split. There's a max loss of 700 in this account, and so there are rules to this account. But like I said, most traders are going to lose anyway, and this is just an objectively cheaper way to get started. You know, you can save up thousands of dollars, you can go to somewhere like CMEG Group or whatever, but you're going to get eaten alive for just the platform fees alone on DOS for CMEG. You know what I mean? And in the end, objectively speaking, this is the cheapest way to get started, in my opinion. That's going to give you the most buying power once you're approved, and you know, it is what it is. Like I said, technically it's an educational package, and you're not actually trading your account, you're trading their account, and so that's how they get around it. But again, I just think it's an objectively cheap way to get started. MU rip it up here. I was going to short it, but it's just been ripping up ever since. But yeah, like I said, y'all want to check it out, here's the link. Yeah, traders will lose a few accounts but keep them small, and that's what everybody does, right? Like, I had a guy in here trying to make fun of me for losing accounts over the last 3 years, and it's like, dude, like, I'm not an expert, like, I'm not a guru, like, every trader has lost accounts, and if a trader is trying to claim that they haven't, they're either got extremely lucky or they're lying. You know what I mean? And, like, that's the reality behind all of it, you know? Like, there's too many people that want to act like experts in the stock trading world, and, like, a lot of the time they don't like me because I'm just giving people stuff for free. I'm threatening their business model, you know? Like, I'm putting all of my content out there for free. I don't have to be an expert to put out content, you know? Especially if I'm just breaking down my system and telling people, hey, test it for yourself. I'm not an expert. Like, people act like there's something wrong with that. In the end, though, it all boils down to insecurity, right? Like, regardless of what people say, humans are insecure people, and nobody likes to see anybody else like be successful or like do something that they wish they could do, right? And so in the end, that's why people hate. Like, and if you're a hater in the chat and you're sitting there acting like you're hating for any other reason than that, you're lying, because I've disagreed with a lot of different things. Right? I've never cared enough to like harass anybody online. Like, I've never cared enough about anything people dislike me. I've never cared enough to constantly think about it every day. Like, I've never cared that much, you know? And if you're obsessing over something, there's probably a different reason for that, you know? Which is, again, insecurity. But we're going to keep growing. I appreciate the love. 22,000 subscribers this week. Definitely feels good, man. Feels good. And we're going to keep growing, like I said, because, you know, we got an army behind us. SPY ripping up, breaking highs here, guys. I'm going to wait for some long setups now, but MU doesn't look terrible. What I might take here for MU is I'm going to scale back down to 300 shares, and I'm going to maybe add a little bit more. And basically, the plan here is that we have this previous closing price that I can use as my risk. And so I'll add down to this previous closing price and try to sell into strength as it rips up here, preferably breaking this high up here at 78. So that's what I'm looking at doing. Like I said, I don't mind getting into another few hundred shares, anticipating the market actually breaks highs, but we'll see. Yeah, I don't mean to rant, guys. Like I said, I'm breaking people down. Like, I get a lot of nonsense on this channel, and so I'm just kind of, you know, in the end, you gotta see it for what it is, which is that anytime anybody does something cool, people are gonna hate on it, you know? Alright, I'm gonna add another 300 here, and with 600 shares of MU. Like I said, I don't mind adding back down to that light blue line here, anticipating a squeeze up, preferably up to like 78. Let it consolidate a little bit. We're going to see if the market breaks some highs up here. I think that's what we're running into, is the market not breaking highs like we wanted it to. I'm going to take half off here and then hold the last 300 to see if we get a larger rip up to that 78 level. But taking profits there is going to thus protect me in this trade, and that way, even if I lose, it's going to be minimal. Your 71s. Very close to taking profits there. 70s. So I'm gonna give it one more second. I'd like to take 150 off here so I can hold about 150 left, but maybe I got greedy there. Maybe I got greedy there. I was about to take profits at 71, but I still like where I'm at because I'm above that previous closing price. The problem is the market is just crashing down, unfortunately, team. And that's the issue here, the overarching problem is that the market is falling. Let me get ready to exit this. Alright. Alright, I caught it. Good. Alright, so I'm still holding 150 shares. We'll see if we can break that 80 high up there, but I love the breakout move here. Not going to take any more profits. I'm just going to sell the rest off one and done if we get a break over 75. 77s. Let's get that break of the high of the day up there. I'm going to get out there. Alright, up 104 on the day. Was able to rebound the last 3 trades or so. I don't necessarily hate some of these other moves, but Nasser says I can't stop losing. All right, so here's the thing, Nasser. Okay, so here I'm gonna break down what you should try to focus on if you want to be successful, okay? And I'm not going to guarantee that you're going to be able to be successful doing this, right? But what I am going to tell you is that what helped me in like my style of trading, and it might not work for you. Yeah, I missed the high of the daybreak on MU. It's cool. I still made a solid gain from that trade. But what I'm going to tell you, though, really try to listen here, okay? Number one is that new traders lose, okay? It takes years to be successful. I know when you got started, you probably had a million different educators telling you you're going to win, right? The reality is new traders end up losing for a solid year, at least, you know, most of the time. The ones that profit before that are definitely outliers, and a lot of it doesn't have anything to do with skill. It's mostly just they got lucky during that time frame. And when I mean lucky, I mean they picked the right strategy for them. And the strategies are going to vary. Different people are going to be more successful with different strategies, and the reason for that is because everybody's personality is a little bit different in trading, right? People are going to have more patience, they're going to have less patience for certain strategies, and with that, you got to make sure you pick the right strategy for you, right? There's no super duper secret strategy, right? There's no super secret strategy. If that's what any educator's selling you on, all strategies and patterns are publicly available for free. And the reason they're publicly available is because people might buy a course and then they say, hey, well, I can teach people that, and they upload that strategy for free online, right? So any strategy and any course you're going to take out there is already out there for free, right? Any system as well, right? But what you want to understand, though, is that there's a learning curve, and it takes a long time. And number two, do not be stubborn with strategies. Number one, test the strategies, right? Because different strategies are going to work on different stocks, right? Like with one stock, the opening range breakout might be a great strategy. It might work super well. But for other stocks, the opening range breakdown or the opening range breakout or other sectors, it might not be a favorable strategy. And you cannot be so rigid that you stick to that strategy, even though it's not working. So you need to either change strategies or you change the stocks you trade. And the way you figure this out is you back test them. So you look at stocks and sectors, and you go back and you look at historical data on those charts, and you tally up how many times it was actually successful and how many times it failed. And you go back for months, if not a year, and you tally up what market conditions it worked the best in, what time and market conditions it worked it did not work well in, the accuracy rate, the sectors that were the most favorable, the sectors that were not the most favorable, and that's when you attack the strategy, right? That's when you understand if it's going to work well and if it's not going to work well. And that's without using real money. That is with using paper money while you're testing these strategies, right? And so once you find a viable strategy, again, we use VWAP strategies here, but I scalp. I've been scalping lately, but I use a mix of different strategies. Once you find a profitable strategy for you that you're able to manage well on paper, then you transition to real money, right? But when you transition, you do not transition taking 500 shares. You transition and you buy 1 share, you buy 20 shares, you buy 50 shares maybe, right? And that is what you do. You do not transition to real money, because no matter how successful you were with paper, when you switch over to real money, you're gonna lose. And the reason you're gonna lose is because your emotions are gonna be there, right? With paper, there's no emotions. No matter how much people try to emulate real accounts with paper accounts, it's just not the same, because regardless of how much you try, you're just not gonna care about a paper trading account. You know, you can YOLO that thing every day and it doesn't matter, right? And so what you want to do is you want to take it slow when you transition to real money. You want to trade small, and you want to build effective rules around your losses that you're inevitably going to take, right? You build effective rules around that, right? And then as you put in consistent profits, then you start to scale up more and more. But that's the entire process of learning and analyzing strategies and then subsequently using real money and scaling up for it. It's not something that happens right away. And if you're continuously trading one strategy and you're not having good results, I know people get really stubborn with strategies. Doesn't matter how long you've traded it or whatever. People get super stubborn with strategies. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. And you gotta move on. You can't be so rigid that you just stick to a losing strategy. You gotta move on and, find a combination of stocks and strategies that works well and that is consistently profitable with your personality. And that's the trading process. It takes a long time. You also need to calculate risk reward. Learn how to calculate it. For instance, if you look at a low of the day break, right? You're using pre-market, right? You want to get in at this low of the day break right here, right? And say, you enter here. Where's your risk, right? You can make your risk this body low right here at 43.04. So you get in at 97, your risk is at 04, your risk is 7 cents, right? So you have a 7-cent risk in that trade. Your reward target's way down here at 70, right? So you get in at 96, you're risking 7 cents a trade, and then, your profit is down there at 70. So your reward target is 26 cents, your risk is 7 cents. Your risk is about 2.5 to 1 reward to risk ratio, and if you consistently give yourself that ratio, you're going to be profitable, as long as you're trading the right strategies, depending on the accuracy rate. But you also want to learn to calculate risk reward as well. But that's the process, and it takes a long time, and so I hope that makes sense, and I hope you understand what I'm trying to say here. But that's the reality, right? Doesn't matter what anybody says, it takes years to be successful in trading. It does not happen overnight. I don't care what anybody says. And so you want to understand that. I hear you and I agree, but the commission kills you on 10 shares. Okay, I mean, that's a measured loss that, I would take and be fine. You know what kills you more is taking 1,000 shares and losing. You're not in this when you first get started, dude. And this is something that a lot of new traders refuse to let go. Listen, man. If you're a brand new trader and you think you're going to pay your bills next month with trading, you are in for a rude awakening. You're going to lose, man. And you might lose a little bit of money, but it's a lot. Like I said, you can either trade with 500 or 1,000 shares. And a lot of times people get so stubborn because they're like, oh, well, I'm not going to trade small. I'm in this to make money. And it's like, that's great. But if you don't actually take the time to learn how to trade with small sizing, you're just going to lose a ton of money. It doesn't matter. You might lose money. You might be a net loss. But what you're going to do is you're going to slowly get used to trading bigger. You're going to slowly get used to trading with real money, right? You jump in with 500 shares, 1,000 shares, you're going to lose a ton, man, and you can't be so stubborn where, like I said, I'm in this to make money, so I can't trade small because I'm in this to make money. The problem is you're too new and green of a trader to make money, and so you need to learn how to trade with real money. I'm not even talking about you specifically. I'm just talking about anybody, right? Yeah, it is what it is. Everybody can go about their own way, but that's the way I've found that works the best. Yeah, no worries. Alright, SPY is ripping up breaking highs here. I'm still waiting for the Uber break. We'll see if we get it or not. But yeah, like I said, please don't nobody take what I said personally. Like, I'm not talking about anybody here. I'm just saying, like, a lot of new traders have this wrong impression that, and a lot of it's marketing, to be honest, but they have this wrong impression that they think they're just going to get started and start paying their bills next month and start making thousands of dollars, you know, because they got, you know, the super secret trading course that nobody else got, you know. And that's just not accurate. Most of the time they're just going to lose a bunch of money, and if they don't trade small enough, they're going to lose way more than they need to, you know. And the reality is, buy 100 shares. If you could break even with 100 shares, like, you're good. Like, you'll be profitable. You could be profitable. You just got to scale up. But the goal should really be to break even with like 100 shares is what I would probably go with, because that way, like, you can break even with 100 shares, and if you can break even with 100 shares, then you can profit. But you gotta walk before you run. SPY ripping up, breaking highs. What do I think about it? Let me see if there's a catalyst. Is there a catalyst? Okay, so yeah, so basically, White House said that Trump is open to a Phase 4 stimulus bill. They also said Trump administration issued a global advisory to the maritime industry relating to sanctions. BOC's White House said that Trump is open. Yeah, we said that already. Governor Paulus said that they will continue to do what is necessary to ensure core financial market to continue to function. Fed buys U.S. 2.5 billion Treasury coupons, 20 to 30-year sector. But yeah, basically, that's what's going down. Team, let's do this. I'm up 104 on the day. Yeah, wait, somebody asked me when I think a good short of MU would be. I don't know, it's too high up in the range, and I don't like shorting tops. And so I'm more of a momentum shorter, and so I don't like shorting like when it's like super strong. I would rather not. And so I don't know. I don't want to tell you the wrong answer with that one. Yeah, I don't know, SP. I don't want to tell you the wrong thing, man. Like I said, I don't know. I'm gonna look to short into CODX with just a small share size here. It looks very weak, so I'm gonna wait for this break to happen and then try to take profits around the $0.50 for a little scalp with 100 shares. I hesitated just a tad bit, and we got the drop down before. It's alright. It's cool. I was thinking about shorting CODX right here. Right here is what I mean. But I just missed it. Unfortunately, it's alright. MU, I watch MU every day. It's a microchip sector stock. I trade MU and AMD consistently. Usually have pretty solid results from it too. I'm gonna go ahead and short into 100 shares of CODX here. Breakdown, there we go. Oh, come on, man. I'm gonna take half off here. Gonna hold this last little 50 shares. See if we get a much larger move down here for CODX. Yeah, I'm gonna get out there. Up 126 on the day. Little scalp with 100 shares. A lot of that's gonna be net profit too, since the share sizing was so small. Missed the initial break, but this is one of my favorite strategies. If you guys have been watching me, like I wait for these type of breaks. What I do is I wait for a low to form underneath the VWAP like this, and then once we get a nice downward weak move, I just short really well into that move. Like I short into that move, scalp a few cents, and get out. Guys, hit that subscribe button. We do this live for free every day, so if you appreciate what we do here, don't forget to subscribe. We're live every single weekday morning on YouTube. Sorry, I know somebody's gonna say I'm muted. I was actually talking to my wife asking her something. So, alright, so now we're gonna move back. Remember, this 2680 level is interesting for MU. Hey, appreciate the sub, Gavin. Welcome in, appreciate it. Looking at this rejection to see if we get it or not. The SPY's edging closer to the highs, and so if we break highs in the market, I might like long Uber maybe on a very short-term trade. Gonna wait though and see. Oh wait, where's the camera? Yeah, I just bought this Lumix 4K G7, guys. This Lumix G7. Pretty cool camera, I think. 4K camera. Getting some footage from it. Yeah, I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Hey, nice. I was thinking about getting the A6400, but it was just too expensive, Kyle. I got that thing for like 450 bucks, and so, hey, what's up, Gavin? Hey, welcome, dude. Hey, yeah, man. Good to have you here, dude. Appreciate the love, guys. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think we're getting more and more well-known, and I think the reason for it is because we consistently live stream and we're consistently profitable. Like, if you guys go back, like, here's the thing, right? Like, haters can say whatever they want, and I know I've said this a lot, but haters can say whatever they want. But if you go back in time and you look at what I end the day with every single day, you'll see how much I'm actually profitable. Like, I have been green for a long time, at least in gross profits, and people can say whatever they want about gross and net, but the entire point is to scale up in size. But again, you can see how consistent I've been. And so when I tell people how to find consistency, I'm not lying, because I've done it myself, and I'm not trying to be an expert because I'm not. You know, I'm not trying to be a guru because I'm not. And that's why we give everything away for free. But when people get mad at me for teaching people my system, you know, they get mad because I'm threatening their business model, you know. And the reality is that there's no secret strategy. It all depends on the person. And I'm very well suited towards scalping stocks, VWAP strategies, and patterns as well. And so that's really what I stick with. But everybody's a little bit different. But again, if people want to act like I don't have like a right to teach people my systems, like I said, go back in time, look at my strategies, look at what days, look at how often I end green versus how often I end red. You're gonna see I end green a large majority of the time. I'm gonna get in Uber here with 500 shares. Gonna see if we can scalp this up to like 30, 63, 64s. Market's pushing up. Should be a strong enough move to get it here. Not going to be strict with this, though. We just need, like I said, 63, 64s. Market squeezing up big. Alright, I took half off there. Holding 200 shares left. Not going to be greedy with this last little bit. Holding 100 shares left. See if we get up to 75, but my goal of this is just, I'll get off the rest break even if I need to. I'm out. Alright, that's fine. Like I said, caught the scalp up to 63, 64. Up 150 on the day. Definitely been on a little roll the last, I don't know, 4 trades. Scalp the market move. So initially this account was at 240. It's at 248, 530. So it's at I'm $8,530 in the profit before today. So yeah, about a little bit under $9,000 in profit in this account. Hey, I appreciate the sub, Solomon. Welcome in. Appreciate it. Hey, thank you, Eric. Eric said, been following you for a few weeks now. Been trading over 2 years, and I agree. It's a good stream for people to listen to daily. Just good, legit points and call-outs. Yeah, and that's all we're really about. Like, we're not experts here, you know? And, like, we promote other platforms and stuff. Like, we promote TradeNet, and I know TradeNet gets a really bad name, but in the end, I think they are the cheapest way for a new trader to get started. They're not super sleazy with they push. They're not flashing Lamborghinis, prop money, and mansions. They are just showing people the real stuff, and I think that is necessary in the market. I think a lot of times when a trader Googles penny stock or Googles day trading, what do they get, right? They get Lamborghinis, they get a bunch of fake money ordered off of eBay. You know, anybody with real money puts it in a bank account. They don't walk around with stacks and stacks of cash. Like, that's dumb. You know, that's asking to be ripped off, you know. People put money in bank accounts mostly, but that's what you see when you're a new trader, right? You see Lamborghinis, fake money, and rented mansions that people rent for the day just to make a video on, and in the end, it's just sleazy, man. You know, the reality is trading's not like that. It ends up making people think that it's a get-rich-quick scheme, and it's just not like that. Hold on, guys, my son's crying. I gotta mute it, but. But yeah, I posted a link in the chat. Like I said, if you want to use the same platform as us, like, new traders can get started for super cheap, and I think that's where they really shine. You know, like a new trader, $400, $3.99, I think. It's an educational package technically, so you get a course and a demo account and access to their trade room. But then if you're approved for the funded account program, you know, they're going to let you trade a $14,000 funded account with no PDT rule, and you're actually going to be able to short it, and it's going to operate like a prop firm. And so there's a 70-30 split. You make $1,000 net. They keep 300, you keep 700. But again, for $400, you're basically getting 14K to trade with, and you know, you can actually short stocks, which is the reason I switched over to them is because you could short anyway. But obviously, we're biased in their favor. We make a commission if you sign up through us, and so naturally, regardless of how much we try to stay unbiased, we're going to be biased, just natural. But we're honest about that too. But like I said, objectively speaking, I think it's the cheapest way to get started, where you're going to get to trade a big account, you're going to get to short. Most new traders just don't get that, and I think you know, they're really cheap, kind of disposable accounts where a lot of the time new traders end up losing anyway, and so it's a lot cheaper to lose a TEFS account than it is to save up and deposit 5 to 10 grand in order to get the same amount of buying power and then lose that, because new traders are just going to lose. It doesn't matter where you go. I appreciate it, Kat. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I appreciate the subs. We got a few new subs, so I appreciate that, guys. Connor, Solomon, CZ, thank you, guys. Welcome. Appreciate it. We have a second channel if y'all want to check the second channel out. In the second channel, like, I run a bunch of online businesses, and so, you know, I run 2 Amazon businesses. I am a real estate agent, mostly just doing referrals, though. I can do the contract work, and I have, you know, but I'm mostly a referral agent. But yeah, I'm a real estate referral agent. I run 2 Amazon businesses. I run this YouTube channel. I day trade. And then I'm also a freelance web developer, and so I deal with like JavaScript, React, you know, HTML, CSS, front end stuff mostly. And then I also like invest in different things. And so like on the second channel, we recently just paid for a blog and bought a blog, and so I'm looking at ways to monetize it. It's a premium blog. I think I'm probably gonna just unlock it for everybody though and just give it away for free, because again, that's all I'm really about. And I think people underestimate the power of giving stuff away for free. Right? You give stuff away for free, you're gonna build, you know, loyal people because they respect that, and you know, that's what I probably end up doing with the blog. And so, but yeah, you want to check out the second channel. There's the link. Go subscribe to that channel. Like I said, Mitch is going to be breaking down longer term analytics with regard to like sectors in the stock market and different stuff like that. And so, you know, go check out the second channel as well. We got a lot of stuff. And I'm looking at a few of these things. MU has not stopped. MU has not stopped. Look at MU, man. This thing is just not even looking the other way. Just ripping up here. Huge moves. Cisco breaking highs. Look at that. It's over 50s now. I never really traded this. But I'm going to get ready to trade it anyway, see if it holds over that $0.50. I can scalp like up to 60 maybe, but it doesn't look like it's going to hold. I'll give it a second. Not a huge range either. Looks like we got a rejection, which is one of the problems with high of the day breaks. I'll give it one more second, but I'm not in it. I'm just going to take my hand off the buy button and just wait, see if we find some support there preferably. Another thing to consider though, guys, is that the SPY itself is actually edging closer to the previous closing price, and this previous closing price is a major level in stocks. It usually holds a lot of sway over a stock's movement because that's the level where a stock goes from red to green and from green to red. We actually have a script that we have on Thinkorswim, like a Python script that automatically documents this level for me. And yeah, if you want to join our Discord, you can find the Thinkorswim script share section of our Discord. But yeah, here's the Discord link if you want to join that bad boy too. It depends on what kind of strategy you're using, Tim. So there's definitely more momentum early on. What was I looking at just now? Cisco. There's definitely more momentum. Come on, man. I don't want to miss this move. There's definitely more momentum early on. I'm going to take 500 shares here. See if we can scalp a little bit off the top. Keep it one and done. Catch a high at the daybreak. Alright, there's the high of the daybreak in Cisco. I'm going to keep it pretty easy here and take a little bit off there and then hold this last little 200 just because I don't trust the follow through of this move, especially after it got rejected once already. But I'll hold this 200 a little bit longer and just try to protect myself with this. Maybe up to like 60. I'm going to hold the rest break even. So yeah, a little scalp break even trade. That's how you protect yourself in these. I took profits early and then we got a drop, so I was safe. But yeah, look at that big drop. So made a little bit of money in it actually, as opposed to losing from this fake out there. Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of the time people ask me in here, Barry, they're like, hey, are you like a pro trader? Like, do you make all your money trading? And I always tell them, no, you know, I'm not a pro trader. I do not live off of trading. We're just a free resource and community. We're like a blog on any other topic. Like, right? We're just a free resource. Am I the best trader ever? No, but I think I'm a good trader. But that's subjective, I guess, you know. But yeah, you know, I got multiple different forms of income coming in, diversification and income streams, but you know, I'm just a big nerd, and so I like all nerdy stuff, like programming and trading and YouTube and online business. I'm like a big nerd. I'm a workaholic as well, though, so like I'm working all the time. I never stop. I enjoy it. If I don't work, I feel kind of lazy, you know. I might have gotten faked out here, but I think I'm going to hang it up, guys. Up about 160 on the day. Probably going to just go ahead and close it down here. What else we got? And yeah, so, like I said, go subscribe to our second channel. Probably going to close it on down here. And yeah, like I said, you want to use our platform. Here's our second channel link. Again, if you want to use our platform, which in my opinion, like if you're new, I think this is the cheapest way to get started. Just have reasonable expectations with it. Understand that regardless of where you go as a new trader, you're still probably going to lose. But you do have the potential to make money on these. You can withdraw once per month in the funded account program. So it's, you know, I think the bundle makes a ton of sense for new traders just because it's the cheapest way. It's the most risk adverse way. But yeah, here's that link if y'all want to check it out. Great way to help support our channel and free content as well. Remember to hit the subscribe button, click the bell, turn on notifications. I think I have a... Let me see. I might have a Trade Ideas link, so if anybody wants to use Trade Ideas, I know they are changing their platform. I'm gonna see where these emails are coming. Oh wait, I know where it is. Okay. Hold on one second, guys. I'll get you the Trade Ideas link too. Yeah, I'll get the Trade Ideas link. Trade Ideas is actually in their test drive right now, so for the next few weeks, you can actually try out Trade Ideas for very, very cheap. I think it's like $9. It's actually very, very cheap. I think it's like $9. You get to try out Trade Ideas for 2 weeks, which is pretty cheap. To put it into perspective, I pay like $118 a month for mine, and so you know, very, very cheap. Let me see. But yeah, very, very cheap. Like I said, it's like $8.99. I'll get you guys a link if you want it. Stapler. You're welcome.
Jack made a book.
Really? That's cool. I don't know where it is. Oh well. Go check out Trade Ideas. Even if you don't lose my link, you see it. Okay, well here's the referral link. I guess I gotta switch it. Go check out that link if you want to check out Trade Ideas. You should be able to search around and find. The test drive link. I'll have to go check it out, but there's the link in the chat if you want to see it. But yeah, great down to earth information. Hey, nice, Wesley. I appreciate that, bro. Welcome in. Yeah, so there's a $700 max loss on the intro packages. So like if you go under 13,300, they're going to close you down, whether that's in realized or unrealized. But again, I mean, you're spending $3.99 for it, so you're almost getting twice as much to lose. So it's good risk reward regardless anyway. But like I said, I think it makes a ton of sense. But yeah, good luck, guys. We'll see you guys later. Also, you can go check out our other website as well. If you want like a breakdown on some of the strategies we use, I still got to update some other ones. But go check out this link as well. But yeah, team, good luck in the markets. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good day. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Not a bad day. Another green day in the books. So good luck, team. We'll see you guys later.